I'm going to explain to you why DAYGAME is better. Although today is not a great day. My hard drive just fucking broke, so I had to get a new one over here. I have a couple of spare. I hope I didn't lose my fucking same day lay infields, in which most of them close on the very first approach. Easy. If it's not the first one's at day two, like the first one. So let's talk about Tinder. Why Tinder is fucking stupid compared to DAYGAME. This misconception that Tinder is better than DAYGAME. No, not at all. Not at all. Let's look at this. DAYGAME requires social skills, social calibrations, emotional control in game. Night game, however, does not require that. So night game. Which one is missing for night game? Well, first of all, there's no fucking social skills because you can't talk in a loud nightclub. Second of all, while there is social calibrations in a nightclub because of body language, they don't have that much emotions. You're just vibing your SMV. You can't really emote because it's too fucking loud. So you got a little bit of game, although not much game, which is a fucking disappointment. But however, you still have these two, right? Now let's look at Tinder. First of all, there is no social skills whatsoever on Tinder. Number two, there is no social calibrations unless you're looking at the pictures. What the fuck does the pictures even mean? You just look away from the camera and all of a sudden you got social calibrations. Yeah, sure, asshole. Number three, emotional control. Is there any emotions on Tinder? No, unless you're trying to text her and trying to sexualize it. Shit. Number four, is there a little bit of game? Well, just a little bit of text game. But to make this seem like something, this is nothing. Tinder is not supposed to be a thing. It is not pickup. Tinder is not pickup. Night game counts as the testimonials to some degree. None of the Tinder counts as testimonials. None of the Tinders count as lay counts because you're just basically swiping on the goddamn food app. On the goddamn fucking food app. And people are making it to a thing. Oh, lay's a lay. Well, I'm going to debunk that bullshit because Tinder equals no fucking skills. No fucking skills. 95% of their students that are white, 95% are the ones who gets laid on Tinder a lot. Like 50 to 100 lays. But that doesn't count as their lay count. They may got 2 fucking lay counts or 1 for night game. 0 for day game as usual. 95% whites, 2 blacks, and 1 token Asian. Of course, there was another Asian, and I taught this student. He went to both coaches, and he used the Instagram with the 6 algorithms, which was not being taught to him. And guess what? He got 59 lays in a row. Couple fuck buddies. But the thing is that it ran through my fucking Instagram algorithms. And I don't mean like goddamn DJ lifestyle shit or pre-selection. That's just 2 of the algorithms. But I digress. Tinder does not fucking count. Tinder is retarded. Who says it was good? What dumbass? Well, sometimes autistic people think it's good. Autistic people. So let's go through this point by point to see how autistic and stupid. Tinder is like, they think it's just 30 minutes of swiping. But in reality, if you are a low SMV guy, you're swiping all fucking day. Because you're thinking, well, what if I miss out on the women, right? I better swipe. Oh, shit. You come back to Tinder. Oh, shit. You got to come back to, okay, now you're going to get like multiple phones. Tinder. You're swiping all day. Every time you swipe, you are not going out there and doing DAYGAME. You are not doing DAYGAME because you're swiping on Tinder. So that's the first thing. Is a big fucking lie that DAYGAME takes hours or days or whatever and is better utilized for Tinder. Unless you're tall and white is right where 95% of their students who pays like fucking 10K for a glorified Tinder course, when they get laid, it's like what happened to all the other minorities? 2 blacks and 1 token Asian? Are you what a fucking like it baffles the fucking mind. I shouldn't even be here. I need to fix my fucking hard drive because I'm not sure. I lost 2 hard drives right now. I recovered 1 of them. I hope I didn't lose all my fucking same day lay, on the first approach infields. And if it's not the first one, is usually closed on the, as soon as you get a date. 1 text game perfectly gets her out and closes her. That's so stupid. But Tinder is a thing. Let's talk about the next point. I just can't believe I'm even here. I'm tired. Just woke up. So it's like going down the street. So imagine you're on Tinder, okay? Imagine you picking a random street in Vancouver. So you say, I'm going to go to the left side. Usually you ignore all the ugly women. However, on Tinder, you're going to go through all the war pigs. So you'd be like, oh, here's the fattest, fucking ugliest women, which I cannot see in my mental filter. Oh, you got to swipe left on her. Oh shit, another fucking ugly one. Oh, I swipe left again, right? It's like street Tinder. You then walk down the street. Okay, this one's okay looking, like 5 out of 10. Swipe left. Another one. So they're saying that in Tinder, in Daygame, you only see like 2 hot women. But in fucking Tinder, you're basically walking down one street, vacuum cleaning, going through every fucking thing, every fucking war pig. And most of them, like 20 of them, are fat as fuck, especially during a pandemic. And that's the funny thing. How you know this, John? Because one time I tried Tinder for a few days. There's a person who told me, John, you're a fucking stubborn fuck. All you care about is Daygame. Why don't you just for once listen to me and try Tinder? So I'll pick out your pictures. And I was like, okay, fine. This, then. What was the stats on Tinder? I probably swiped left on more ugly, fat fucking women. I didn't know they can be so ugly in Vancouver. They might have moved to Toronto or something. Because that's what I see in their profile. They're coming back here because of the pandemic. They're living back with their parents or some shit. But they lived there. So all the hot women migrated out. However, the ones that did match with me, I didn't match like a huge volume. I matched with the hottest women in all of BC. They all look like actresses and stuff like that. The only ones that don't look like fucking war pigs all match with me. The one I was almost going to get out, actually, yeah, I did, but I got rid of the online app. She was the hottest girl in all of fucking BC. She's like Ukrainian and stuff. And she was from Toronto. Like, what the fuck? So the hottest girl was about to meet me. I just got rid of it because I didn't think this fucking counts. This is not even pickup. What the fuck? That's different. I have some looks advantage. I have pictures of mansions and shit like that. But however, that's not even game. That's not pickup. So if I can match, doesn't mean just because I match with these super hot looking actress women or athletic looking women, pretty women, the prettiest in the whole BC, doesn't mean that they're automatically going to come out. And you spend a lot of time just swiping left because you're going through one war pig after another. And man, there are some ugly people. I'm beginning to think God doesn't exist by looking how ugly some of these women are on these online dating. Holy shit. Like, we're talking about like the fattest, like, you think if God put that kind of shit out there in the world, maybe there's no God. But I do believe in God. But to see women like that looks manly and ugly and shit. What the fuck? That's not game. That's just SMV. That's like a game for white people. They don't even need a Tinder pictures. See, they dropped off. They don't want to hear this. So it doesn't count. I didn't use it anymore. It just doesn't count. Number 2. So yeah, it's like going down the street and swiping left on everyone and we're pigs. Number 3, Tinder costs more than my boot camp. You'll spend around like $6,000 or something by the time you're done with Tinder. You're going to have to go get Tinder Plus or whatever the fuck and all these other boosting features. On top of that, they're going to fucking take your account and they're going to shut it down. You can get shadow banned over and over and over. You have to be some kind of VPN expert as if you're trying to enter the dark net or something. Seriously, that's what Tinder is like. You have to change your phone numbers. At least that's what I think. Because I got shadow banned because my text game was way too aggressive afterwards. Mine went for Daygame, not for Tinder. They have a different text game style. Their text game is just to get her out as fast as possible, get her onto a different platform, so that way they don't get shadow banned. But they're spending like $6,000 or something on all these extra SIM cards and all this extra. Their accounts get shut down. Let's just talk about the truth here. You're spending $6,000 in my boot camp by $6,000. You probably get 1 or 2 lays. It's like retarded. It's so fucking retarded. Is anyone like have a brain anymore? Anyone has any critical thinking? It costs way more than Daygame. And women, they can report you. That's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. The next one is a total myth that you can only approach 2 hot women a day. You're supposed to close one of the 2, you dumb fucking idiots. Unless you're autistic, then you'll love Tinder. If you're not autistic and you can keep her on the line, and they cannot keep her on the fucking line. Their batting average is so fucking low. And they're saying, well, not everyone's autistic. My students can pull on the very first day of the boot camp. Most of them. They're not even learning game. They're learning social calibrations, body language. Day number 2, they work on their social skills. So you don't even teach game in the first 2 days, John? No, I don't fucking teach game. I teach game on the 3rd day. You're like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Inner game maybe around the 4th day. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. It's all game. No, game is vibing your fucking SMV. What they're doing is vibing their autism. They have no fucking clue. And they have no fucking poen feels in the daytime. It's just goddamn nighttime. No one gives a shit about that. It's like, oh yeah, I got a poen feels. Big fucking deal. That's like different. That's less skills. It's not during the day. Oh yeah, I got a woman into a cab. Oh good, that's not a pull. That's just called going in a cab. Second of all, pouring water on her tits does not mean anything happened. It's like, yeah, whatever. There's no proof. No proof. There's evidence. There's plausibility, but there's zero proof. Zero. It's like, oh, when you're same day poo in field. Now we're gonna have to like same day poo, right? You know, we have to like same day like poo, right? Got same day poo. The poo in fields, poo, right? Not same day poo. Sunday poo. Got poo in fields. Got a poo, right? Same day poo. Like what the fuck? If you want me to get 100 fucking same day poos and they just have to be demonstrations, that could happen like in like 100 of them, less than like 2 months. Literally, it can be like even more than that, like 120 or something. If it's just a poo, no one gives a shit. That's not even skill. If it's called same day lays. If you can do same day lays, then why the fuck would you go to Tinder? Because you're not spending 30 minutes on Tinder if you're not white. Because white is right. You'd be spending hours and hours because you think, well, I better go and, I better swipe more because I might miss something. You go back, it becomes a downhill spiral if you have low SMV. Works mostly for white people. It's like white people just living in a fantasy world. They're always talking to their minority friends, white people. Oh yeah, I'm meeting all these Asian women on Tinder, or I'm meeting these other women on Tinder. It's like a white man's, food app. It's like they have a higher SMV, but they're value deniers because they're, half truths. So fucking stupid. But I digress. Let's continue of how stupid this is autistic people. They love Tinder. They can't keep her on the line. Yeah. My Pakistani mentor, he does not use Tinder. You're like wondering why. His stats, 3 approaches, 2 rejections. That means, okay, whatever. All the women are 9 out of 10. So he gets rejected by 2 of them. One of them in text game, he gets 99% of them out. Only one time have I ever seen a woman not come out. She was 10 out of 10 in looks. All the other ones, 9 out of 10. Like, what the fuck? They're all like model looking, Instagram model looking, actress looking. All of them. It's like, but one of them was 10 out of 10, better looking, and she didn't come out. She flaked twice. So the whole idea of 10% text game, her come out, they say 10% like, no, 10% come out. It's bullshit. His text game, I just texted for another student. I got a woman to come out on his first attempt. Like it happens on the boot camp sims all the time. They copy and paste my text. She comes out because they're talking about, oh yeah, I got this objections dealing with flow chart. Bullshit. My flow chart, they loop her. They acknowledge and they loop until she comes out. You got to deal with the objections correctly. They talk about Jordan Belfort, but I'm really like more like Jordan Belfort. I loop. That's how I do my text game. I get the objections. I loop it. And if I didn't lose the fucking infields, which I have to see if I lost it or not, then I'll show you that day 2's first approach, one texting back and forth gets her out, bang her. Over and over. I don't show day 2's because before my niche was same day lays. But got tons of that. So the whole idea of this, is a text game 10% volume, it's bullshit. I'm just preaching the truth. I can't believe I have to wake up to this shit. So just ignore my fucking, psycho looking eyes right now. Because right now I don't feel good. All right. So my Pakistani mentor can get 3 approaches, 2 of them rejections. One of them will lead to a lay. And only one of them flaked them twice. Then what the fuck? There must be more to game because social skills is important, which is lacking in Tinder. Tinder doesn't require social skills. Every time you go a night game, you go down the ladder in terms of you're not using social skills or emotional intelligence. You can't really talk to her with emotions. You can only use your body language and try to seem alpha. And you try to move her for logistics. They call this seeding the pole. For a white man, they can see the maneuver. That's why I call it seeding the maneuver, not seeding the pole. But you have to see the sexuality if you are a short little Asian fuck. One of my students, I call it a finger fucker. in Night Game. Every time in a nightclub, he'll fucking finger a woman. He'll get her to deal with that. He sucks at objections. He'll pull her out of the club and fuck her in the car. Mr. Finger Fucker loves to finger fuck upstairs in a nightclub called Venue, because that Mr. Finger Fucker loves to finger fuck. But you have to sexualize it. So seating the pole is not exactly the only thing, because you're a white guy just walking, you're seating the maneuver. You're walking her home. It's like the infield should be called tall white man, ogre, walking a woman home and nothing happening. Give it a thumbs up if you're getting something, because I'm ungaslighting you. Fucking poo infields, right? More poo infields. You got like more shit infields. Like that's what it is. Poo infield. They want the same day poo. Well, you see my students, for example, the London guy. For a London student, 11 lays in a row. He's fucked 2 models. One is his girlfriend. This is what happens when my game transfers to a 6 foot tall white guy who's okay looking, but you know, he's the tall guy. With my fashion, wearing blazers, he had a 5-some during day game, which way more impressive than Tinder, by the way. That's what happens. So for all the people showing up, let's just recap. Number 1, Tinder is not 30 minutes of swiping, and day game is hours of approaching. You should be closing on your very first fucking approach if you got some skills. My bootcamp students, they pull in the very first day of bootcamp. Not all of them, but more than half of them. So the whole idea is that, you know, that's bullshit. Their stuff is like so stupid. Second of all, for the new people here, it's like going down the street and just like Tinder, you walk down the street full of war pigs. So you pick any random streets. You're like, oh, they're all ugly here. Let's just chew through them, right? Like a fucking food grinder, right? Just, right? It's like you put a bunch of meat and then you're gonna create a bunch of like raw meat or, you know, meats like that. You're just walking down the street, just put left, swipe left. It's just going through one ugly chick after another. Ugly chick. Oh, I believe that they actually have something called Grinder or something. That's like a, you know, for the other side of swing. But it's kind of like similar. You're walking down the street, you're processing one ugly fat one. Left. What the hell? It's like if that counts as lay counts, it's not even pickup. You might as well go on seeking arrangements and call that fucking, you know, pickup or something. You're making Tinder into something. It's nothing. Tinder is nothing. Second of all, or third of all, it costs more for the people that, just recap it. It costs you about $6,000, $7,000 to use Tinder because you have to be an expert at creating another account, changing your phone numbers, changing your IP address. It's like almost like you have to learn how to use VPNs and stuff as if you're going to the dark net. That's what fucking Tinder is like. $6,000, $7,000, that's a lot of money. You could take my boot camp twice and get like fucking 4 lays out there quickly. Boom, 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 boom. What the fuck? Retarded. Stupid. It's a total myth that you can only approach 2 women a day, hot ones. You have to close those 2. That's what I'm saying. In day game, my Pakistani mentor approaches 3 a day. 2 gets rejected. 1 of them closes, and she's 9 out of 10 in looks. And 99% comes out, and only 1 woman flaked on him twice. She is 10 out of 10. I'm not sure. Maybe a 10 out of 10, he's a little bit more nervous around them. 9 out of 10, he's not. Because long time ago, when he was in Australia, he went to a bar. Somebody bumped into him, and the other bar closed. So he went to the other one. He banged like a 10 out of 10. So now he realized in his reference experience that that's easy. 9 out of 10 is easy. So somehow in his belief system, which I talk about the 5 mindsets, he believed in that shit. It's not woo-woo shit. He done it, so he believes he can do it again. And so far, it's been the self-fulfilling prophecy because he's not good looking. Yeah, he's 5'11", and most other dating coaches who are 5'11" are pretending to be shorter. I don't know why. Maybe more relatable. But, however, I digress. Tinder requires no fucking social skills. Every time you go to do night game, you go down the ladder, there's less social skills and emotional intelligence. That's why day game is, you know, harder for these ogres who are autistic. They'll say, I mean, look at this, okay? For example, most night gamers, they suck shit at day game. Fucking Mystery can't even do fucking day game. Where's his fucking infields? He has none. Mystery. Oh, but Mystery said this. Mystery method doesn't work for day game. Mystery method is not effective for day game. That's the funny thing. If it's effective, the ABCs of attraction will get 1 fucking lay testimonial after another. They don't. They don't. It's retarded. It's so fucking retarded. This is so stupid. I can't even believe that anyone could be gaslighted. That's why I'm here. I didn't even feel like being on here. I hope I didn't lose all my fucking infields, because 2 of my hard drives just fucking. Well, I get it. Is equipment. They break down. Even my laptop breaks down. They're not going to last forever. They're not going to last forever. But I hope I didn't lose all my fucking same daily infields, because most of them are on the first fucking approach. If not all of them. Like, maybe just 1 or 2 of them are not. But the rest are. The rest are. Day 2 is like the first one. Text game. That's the only text game. They come out. Close. It's like, what the fuck? There's so many new stuff you haven't seen. So don't be retarded thinking, oh, I just got older. No, I got tons of new ones too, you fucking idiots. Why don't you teach night game? Or your teaching only applies to night game? Believe it or not, some of the students have used my system for night game. It works. It's top down. It's not bottom up. People who teach night game can never do day game well. Or they can't get the student results for day game. If they start with night game, they start in a nightclub. They start playing a chess game. They don't play like a interactive game. They don't play like it's kind of like a video game versus a chess game. Day game is more, it adapts. They can't adapt that way. They always want to play a chess game, a very linear game, a game of attrition, a game of moving around, a game of maneuver. A day game is great, better in person dating. Fuck dating apps. You've been fucking gaslighted by these dumb motherfuckers. Holy shit. And who says you need to escalate super hard in day game? They're like, oh, you can't escalate super hard. Well, I can escalate super hard, but I don't do it. I could show you more infields of me fucking escalating them. I even had a student who fucking fingered an 18-year-old woman outside of Brandville. The tall Middle Eastern student. He copied my infields, and he fingered her, and they recorded it. I got to post his fucking testimonials. I'm lazy these days because my video editor is sick right now. I'm not sure if he had COVID. He's a professional TV video editor. I pay him, by the way. It's not like RST where they don't pay them shit. They're just interns and they don't get paid a single fucking dime. I make sure they can eat. He's from a third world country. But I think he's sick right now. He cannot work on the things. I have to do all the video editing. But my computer went down. So I'm not even sure if my Adobe Premiere Pro actually works. That I have to see. Like I said, I don't know what the damage is. But I have to be on here right now because I heard some stupid shit that Tinder is supposed to be something. The dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, there are some dumb shit I've heard in my life. This has to be the dumbest shit. I didn't want to say anything for a while. I kept this to myself. But as the world's best day game coach, that perspective is just purely fucking autism. I mean, these guys are fighting among each other when he has like 2 fucking day game lay testimonials. 2 versus, Todd Valentine has 2. So how dare you make fun of Todd Valentine, even though he sucks shit, when you got 2 fucking lay testimonials for day game? What the fuck are they talking about? They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. These dumb fucking people. Like, just pure autism. Just, what the fuck? This boggles the fucking mind. Whenever I talk about my student results, I can post one boot camp late and pull fucking documentary after another. I won't run out. I got the most in the world. When I was John Wayne till now, only 3 students didn't pull or get late. Autistic fucking cortisol students. 2 Asians or 2 Chinese and 1 black who's short. That's it. But literally, if every fucking student could pull or get late, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't. They're stupid. They're small little brains. Small brains. Dumb fucks. I can't believe this shit. So can you apply your teachings to nightclub? Yeah, I don't know why it works. It's top down. If it works for a day game because it has more skills, it somehow seems to work. Copy one of my students, the finger fucker. He brings her upstairs. He fingers her, right? Then you can add something into it. You can deal with objections up there, and then get her back home because you don't want to just seat the pole. When they seat the pole, they're like, "Where are you going?" It's like, "I gotta go home," and then they have this stupid compliance threshold. They think by being white, they can just karate chop her with 1 objections dealing 14, and they think that's good enough. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. You gotta loop it. Because if you're trying to deal with objections dealing in a night game situation, you're like a tall white guy using 1 hand behind your back and one of them, but over and over, you're hoping that she falls down because you're tall and you're ogre. You're grabbing her and you're trying to throw her down like this. Eventually, she'll fall down. But if you're a short Asian guy, you keep doing that stupid loop, not looping, but compliance threshold and seating the pole. I had Asian students seating the pole, and she doesn't even know that they want to fuck. She thinks he's just being friendly until he escalates later on in the bedroom because he has no emotional intelligence. And guess what happens? She fucking leaves like, oh my god, this guy grew a penis. What the fuck happened? This guy has a dick. And she gets the fuck out of there. I had students that are that autistic. I'm telling you, seating the fucking pole is the dumbest concept if you don't see the sexuality. Sometimes to see the sexuality, I would get women to kick me in the dick and I'll hold it there with my legs. I'm teaching them a Krav Maga technique. It's like, oh, your shins are on my nuts, right? Then I need to get the objection out. Other times, don't copy me exactly. Don't steal my tactics. I'll get a wallet out. I say, can I check something? I put it on her hand. Then afterwards, I put the phone there or my keys. And then I put like a condom there. And she's like, what the fuck? And then I take the condom back. I take the keys back. And I take that other thing back. Now I'm getting the real objections. You get it? They're dealing with because they're white and they're tall, the woman's going to assume something sexual. If you're a short Asian guy and you're trying to seat the pole and you're trying not to loop it. So for the Asians, they have to grab the uniform. They have to acknowledge that you got to go home or something like that and meet your friends. Or I got to acknowledge you got to meet your friends at the club. Then you got to loop it, right? You can ask a question to pull her forward a little bit off balance, right? If we come back later, right? Then could we meet your friends later? Will you still be at the club? And like, yeah. So I acknowledge they're going to be there later. Deal with the real objection, loop it. We can always just quickly meet. They don't know where you are. You can text them, everything is fine. Keep looping it. Don't worry, I'm not dangerous. Here's my ID. If you don't trust me, right, you can hold on to it. We're just going to go grab a couple of drinks and see how the night goes. You know, maybe I like you like me. We find each other sexy. And, you know, it takes a lot of confidence to do this. Me and you are going to have a good time. Your friend doesn't even have to know. Anti-slut defense. Keep looping it. We'll be here back in no time. And they won't even know the difference. We get to know each other afterwards. We can hang out afterwards, even after the club. I want to see you again. Anti-slut defense. And, you know, in case after last-minute resistance, you deal with it. Preemptive strike. Don't worry, my place is just over there. Here's the address. If you want to text them, you can. You don't have to. But here it is. Here's my ID. This is where I live. Everything will be fine. Come on, let's walk this way. You see what I mean? You just keep looping. And she's still saying no. You keep looping it again and looping it and looping and looping. Blah, blah. I got some drinks. I got this cool stuff. You should see my stuff. I'm a DJ. You should check out all my photos. You really? Yeah. Okay, let's go. You see that? It took a long time to loop it. When you're Asian and you have no value, I try to do this seating the pole in a boot camp in front of an Indian student. Just to test it. Sometimes I like to test their techniques. This is bullshit. I've been seating the sexuality and then dealing with objections long ago. Even if you see the infield with the 18-year-old, taller woman, 5'11", I still did exactly the same objection dealing, but better. Sexualizing it. I bought a box of condom in front of her. Seriously, that's how much you sexualize it. Seating the pole is stupid. It's just trying to do that with one hand. I did that to another 18-year-old model. Just seating the pole and trying to do compliance threshold. She said yes. And then afterwards, she said no at the end. In her brain, I didn't deal with this sexualizing it. I only seated the pole. And while her logical brain will say yes, it go back to no because the value is not there. You get it? The value is not as high as a tall white guy, like an ogre. I'm 5'7". I'm very short in real life. This is, you know, when you see me in real life without heel lifts and stuff, people will say, what the fuck happened to John? Even my old roommate last time, he was like looking down. He's 6 foot tall. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you're so short. I just look up, yeah. Where are your heel lifts? Then now I look like 5'8". That's how short I am in real life. It's comical. You have no idea for a day game coach that's 5'7" is short. And they're like, poo in fields, poo at nightclubs, poo. No, it's just like seating the pole, seeing nothing happening. Just like the Asian students. Stupid. Nike in my ass. I was like, oh, you always like, well, guess what? Only the lays count from night game and day game. Tinder does not count. All right, let's continue. So most of my infields are first approach. So I really hope I did not fucking lose some of them and they get fried up. Because right now the computer lost 2 fucking hard drives, but I was able to recover both the hard drives, but some of the information is missing from one of them. I'll show you. So one of the hard drives have a dot here, and then I have another one here. Right over here. These hard drives right here. This one's all fucked up. And that's not a good thing because this is supposed to be a good brand, Western Digital. I hope my infields are not on here. The other one is just more recent from the other computer. I got it out of there. Everything fucked up. It didn't open up. But now I got it opened again. It gave me error for some unknown fucking reason. It gave me error. Like, it cannot open. And now it can open. I've done some magical shit. But the other one is fucked up. This is an old hard drive, but you think Western Digital Black is going to last? Well, fuck this piece of shit. Piece of shit. Fuck. I hope my infields are not in here. That's why I'm going to back it all up with a new hard drive over here. So I just got this brand new. So just still opening the package. But yeah, you guys have no idea how many fucking infields I have. So fucking many. So, you know, that doesn't address he doesn't have as many testimonials, but he still says he's the best. How is it optimized when you have like 238.5 times more late poll testimonials for DAYGAME? No wonder they don't like DAYGAME. Stupid. So stupid. It's like, let's make Tinder into something, right? Tinder lay counts. If you take away all their Tinder lay counts, how many fucking lay counts do they have? Not that many. Let me ask you a better question you cannot answer. How many DAYGAME lay counts do they really have? Less than fucking 20? Less than 15? We're talking about solo by themselves. How many do they have? Less than 10? Shut the fuck up. Why is a person that has like less than 15 or 20 like projecting to the world? It's like, oh yeah, Tinder, like, night game and all these posts. They're trying to turn this into like every Tinder equals a lay. No. So all the students that got 100 lays and they have like only one lay in night game, guess what? Or 2 lays in night game, their lay count is 2. Not 99 or 98. It's 2. It's 2 fucking lays. In my student, who also, you know, was one of their students, who used my Instagram secrets, which is like 6 algorithms, he got 59 lays, but guess what? It doesn't count as any lays. It's 0 lays. Only 1 from night game that closed for a bar game. So I only count as 1 lay count. Disappointed me. I don't give a fuck about 59. I don't count those fucking Tinder testimonials. You have to set the bar so fucking low to count Tinder lay fuck. I can't even believe that we're having this conversation. Like, this is pissing me the fuck off. Like, seriously. This is like, when I look at all the fucking documentaries and all the student results during COVID-19, the utility is up for DAYGAME. What the fuck? My students are getting laid nonstop. I just am too lazy to put together all of that Skype I had with them, their infield analysis, all these pieces and their lay picks, and it's like, oh, the student poll infield. Well, what about the fucking same day lay? Or what about the lay picks of the students or the lay videos? Which I have, by the way. They don't. They set the bar so fucking low. They're like, how you tell if the coach is good? What the fuck? How you tell if a coach is good? Well, how about you show a fucking same-day lay infield from... No, but it's illegal, right? Because a lawyer says you can't do this. Shut the fuck up. It's like, white people love their excuses. You can show something. You can always censor her really well, and you can show the audio. You have to show something. Something. Maybe a quick flash of the... No, but that's a gray area. But just fucking do it. Just do one. Can't even do one? Just one. No, but just do one. No, but the lawyers... One piece of proof. I don't care about the evidence. You can show as much evidence as you want. But the truth is, this is what they don't tell you. For white people, only 1 in 7 poo infields are lays. 1 in 7. That's the big secret they don't want to tell you. 1 in 7. Of course, that's why they talk a lot of shit. Because for a tall white dating coach, it's 1 in 7. I know that. Because they're fucking autistic. They escalate. They just get positive reactions. POS reactions. They have poo infields, piece of shit reactions. POS. Fucking stupid. I can't believe I'm even here when I should be trying to fix my fucking hard drives and making sure I don't lose everything. There's no problem. If I want more poo infields, if it's just demonstrations and poos, and that's all it needs to be, I can get 100 in less than 2 months. Probably closer to like 100 and fucking 10, 115 of them in day game, not in fucking nighttime or night game. Easily, if that's the case. That doesn't even count. I only care about same day late infields. I don't care about positive reactions. I don't care about number closes. I don't care about all these dates from Tinder and pretending to pull in and calling it DAYGAME. I don't give a fuck about pouring water on tits. All right. Let's see what else. DAYGAME pulling on their DAYGAME system sucks. Okay, it's a total lie that women has logistical problems. that she's busy during the day. Well, guess what, you dumb motherfuckers? You don't have to approach every fucking woman running as fast as they can. Don't be autistic. You can tell. Basically, for me in the inner circle, we actually launch each other like a fucking torpedo of cars. So my Pakistani mentor would drive around downtown. And it's like, John, approach her. Get out of the fucking car, right? We have to run out in the middle of the road and approach her and get number close. After that, he'll drive around in a circle. He'll come back and pick you up. One of the inner circle members was so fucking poor that he couldn't even afford a phone. So we have to let him walk around for hours, this tall, good-looking white guy. And then we'll eventually pick him up and get him back in the car after like 2 or 3 hours of him walking around Vancouver. That's how we do it. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I just not in the mood to be here. So they say, oh, women has logistical. They're busy. So just choose the women that have nothing to do. Does that make sense? And she's hot and she's not walking super fast. And if you are actually good at game and you can see her facial expressions and read it, you can keep them all on the line. You know when to tease, when to flirt, to keep her on the line. Holding the female attention is very important. Let's see. The whole inner circle can do this. It's so stupid. Sexualize at some point, objections dealing. For them, they just have to keep sexualizing it throughout the whole thing, sexualize the interaction. And then they just, deal with their stupid objections dealing and ceding the pole. Nothing happens, by the way. They don't even know how to be like Jordan Belfort. You can literally, by keeping her on the line, you can literally keep every fucking woman on the line. Literally. To the point where she's got to leave, I got to get going. I acknowledge you got to get going, but before you go, I got something else to say. That's what you say. I should not be giving you these tactics. You say to the woman, before you go, I got something else to say. And she'll be staying around because of social expectations. And she says, what? And then you continue the interaction. And then she's giving you attitude again. You tease her. When you tease her, she's facing you again. Now she's back on the line. You hit her really hard with a tease. Now she's facing you directly. Rather than her feet walking away, now she's facing you. Gotcha. Now you bought another fucking 30 seconds or a minute. Then you have to do that. She wants to leave again. You got to tease. She's back. I shouldn't be telling you guys this stuff because they don't get it. They're so primitive. You guys are primitive beings. Women will give you 3 reactions. Just between you and me. Don't teach this. Don't even talk about this to the world. The woman will face you when she's really into you. When she wants to leave, because the guy's autistic, she's going to turn half her body away. You see that? You guys don't realize that. When you look at my boot camp documentaries, and I say, teaser now, teaser in inner coaching, she's halfway walking away like this. They don't see it because they're looking for positive reactions because mystery said so. And then she'll put 1 foot out there. So her feet will be like this, planted here, right? She'll be spreading her legs. And then she says, I got to get going. I got a boyfriend, but they don't see that shit because they're autistic. They're stacking DHVs and touching. That's what they're doing. They have no fucking clue. They have small brains. Every woman can be kept on the line. Every. It just depends on how aggressive you are when it comes to teasing. And then you flirt when she is finally investing a lot. You flirt. Do you understand that? But they don't know how to flirt. They just turn everything sexual. Right? They just think by vibing it. It's like, it's so stupid. They're just vibing it. They have no skills. Even if they get a lot of lays from Tinder, let's just say hypothetically. Okay? This is just plausibility. Let's say hypothetically. It's kind of like the concept. If you were banging your sisters, right, and they're all 18 and above, like an orgy, you obviously feel a lot better, your vibe. So when you go up to women in day game, you get vibe it. But that's not transferable because not everyone has that kind of vibe correction. Does that make sense? To be less needy, to be this and that. So they're doing this sort of, vibing sort of game, vibing their lack of neediness because they're getting something from Tinder. So they bring that to day game. I know I shouldn't be talking about sister fuckers. That's called banchod for Indians. Sister fuck. But the point is that, hypothetically speaking, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You get laid from some other type of game, you can transfer the vibe to another type of game. See, people are dropping off. It's that simple. So they go around there, and of course, when they laugh and stuff, and the women using the tension, I've seen another person do that before. My old wingman, Superman, he used to laugh like that, and it's supposed to create a lack of reduce attention, and then it's supposed to create arousal because the nervous system is supposed to be like like that, and then the nervous system is supposed to turn to excitement. So I'm not stupid. I know this kind of stuff. But however, they're not going direct, which is okay. But when you say, "Hey, I want to meet real quick," it's so stupid because that's a neutral opener. There's better ways to do it. Go indirect during COVID-19, right? And then you can switch to adaptive. They're saying, "Oh yeah, it's not adaptive or code." It's not about code reading, you dumb fuck. It's like using two different things that looks more natural. You look like you're wearing yoga pants, and you have a yoga mat there. Are you into yoga? They're like, "Oh, it's code read." No, it's not code read. That's more natural. That's not like, "Oh, I want to meet you real quick. My name is whatever. Where are you going right now?" Sometimes when you ask the women, "Where are you going?" Guess what happens? She will go in that way faster. You know that? That's what they don't tell you. Where are you going right now? "Oh, I'm going to do the laundry. I gotta get going. Bye." And like, "Oh fuck, she just left. Right, 10%. Sometimes you don't bring that up right away. Her logistics, because it doesn't fucking matter. Sometimes you can still fuck her during the same day, even with a number close. You understand that, you dumb fucks? All right, we're gonna go to my place first, and we'll go to your place afterwards, or whatever you're errand. We're gonna go to my place. We're gonna have a coffee, and after that, we'll go to your laundromat. And then afterwards, we'll decide what to do afterwards. And if she got to meet a friend afterwards, great. Guess what? You can't push it further. But what are you doing after you meet your friends? You see that? Then you meet her a couple hours after the friends. You see that? So stupid. You can always push it forward. And even if she has her friends, you can get her to ditch her friends if you know how to loop it. If you sexually seed it and you're very good at the game and your behavioral game is strong. It's so stupid. Like anyone can be kept on the line. Just like Jordan Belfort before. Jordan Belfort used to close everyone. He didn't have any ethics. The same thing could be used for my system. Anyone could be closed. And I've done it in front of boot camp students. And the first approach over and over and over and over and over and over. Always the first fucking approach. Demonstrate right in front of the fucking student. What are the odds? How's it even possible to do that in front of the students? And you see that. And a lot of these, infields or boot camp document over and over. How is it possible? Because you can keep her on the line. This is so stupid. I can't believe I'm here spelling it out for you, you dumb fucks, you autistic, like these fucking dumb autistic, dumb fucking people. For fuck's sakes, I'm just so disappointed at this industry. How many infielders and how many fucking fucking student fucking lay testimonials with them fucking the women do I have to post before you dumb motherfuckers get it? I thought maybe I can post less of that and you can listen to what I'm saying. So you can be less retarded. And I want to see who is opening up their minds. But the sheeps are stupid. They need to worship. They're worshipping evidence, not proof. No proof. So why do you think that it says night game, not day game? Because they're autistic. It's like Mystery can't do fucking day game. Neither can they. They can't do day game, so they think it's stupid. They think it's stupid. So that's why they say that. It's fucking retarded. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'm just saying night game counts as something that's picked up. Tinder does not count as your lay count. So if you got like fucking 500 lay counts on Tinder and you only got like 300 lay counts in night game and day game, guess what? Your lay count's 300. It's not fucking like 800. It's so stupid. So stupid. Tinder does not count as lay counts. It's a food app that is a glorified for white men who are tall, who basically, for them, it's just like women just select them because there's no social skills involved. There's no interactions. There's none. So if 95% of students are fucking white and getting results on Tinder, then maybe white is right. Of course, they're value deniers. It's not race, doesn't matter. All right, height matter. I know another guy who's like fucking, who's tall, right? Didn't get like. Well, guess what? I know plenty of tall people that got laid that are white that are my students. So let's talk about the rule, not the exception. I don't give a fuck about the outliers. I don't give a fuck about the anomalies, the token Asians. I care about the rule, not the goddamn exception. Like I said, this is so stupid. I can't even believe I'm here. How many fucking... Okay, how about this? I'm going to stop being fucking lazy. As soon as I get my hard drives working, maybe I'll post another infield. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe something more recent. I have many more recent ones. Many. Like endless. Many. Maybe I'll post another bootcamp documentary soon. of a tall white student. How's that? Who's bald, 6'2", ugly. How he got laid on the very first approach in your coached. And then afterwards, he got 2 girlfriends. One is 9 out of 10. He's ugly. It's not surprising. You think my students are getting women below their look scales? Nope. They're COVID-19. A lot of them had model girlfriends, right? Models too, banging models. And they're banging women way above their look scales, almost like most of them. That's so retarded. Why would you think that? Most of my students are not good looking. They're all like 5 out of 10 in the face. They just have different heights and different races. It's not about the looks. They think it's the looks. It's not. Tinder is stupid. Let's reiterate before I go. I make this shorter so you guys can get it. Number 1, Tinder does not count as setting the bar low. It's not pickup. No matter how much you like to believe it's pickup, Tinder is not pickup. You're literally swiping left and right. Number 2, okay? Tinder is like 30 minutes of swiping? No, it's more like a couple hours. I wonder how many of his lay counts are transgender and prostitutes. That I don't know. I can't speculate. But I assume from what, there are some transgender women. So that I know because, from my sources. But like I said, I don't have to tell all the secrets. I know all their secrets. I know whether or not they actually paid by accident because the women threatened. I know all the secrets behind them, but I don't have to destroy them. That's not my goal. I like the fact that they're attacking RSD. That's the only reason why I'm not coming after them. But I know all their secrets. I don't give a shit. Consider it, just like John Wick says, consider this a professional courtesy. I don't care. I don't. If I really wanted to come after somebody, I would. But I have to disagree with this fucking Tinder shit. If I really want to come after somebody, I would come after them hard. Now, how much should you invest in a girl you just meet? What do you mean, invest in a girl? Unless she's investing into the interaction and you're teasing her at the right times, it doesn't matter. Because if you have no fucking value and you're giving her validation, kissing her ass, like, mwah, oh, I love you. Mwah, you're so pretty. Mwah. You don't invest like that because she's not invested. She doesn't see the goddamn value in you. In the beginning, you have to cunt punch many times very hard if she's 9 out of 10. Right? My God, you're wearing yoga pants. Where's your fucking dignity? It's like, I can't believe you're walking here, right? And you're walking outside like that. Do you have you lost all your self-esteem? I was joking. My name is whatever. Holy shit. You look like a deer in the headlights. Have you lost your train of thought? Am I too handsome for you? You have to tear them apart because when they're 9 out of 10, they're not going to respect you because every other guy's kissing their ass and investing. And then once you open up the safe for the front door of a bank, then you can go and steal everything inside. Do you understand that? You don't stay very long for social comfort with hot women that are like 9 and 10s. Every other guy tries to connect, tries to invest. You have to get out there in a short interaction or go for a same day lay. Or try and meet her in a day, like the same day, but later on during the night. Hope that makes sense. This is when you're dealing with hot women. You must have a behavior game. Like you have to bulldoze her. I know this sounds really unethical, but you really have to have a mindset that you don't give a fuck what she thinks and you're willing to walk away. This is not the kind of game that when you're gaming women are like 6 out of 10 or something like that and giving validation and high-fiving and shit. What the fuck? You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. My Pakistani mentor does that. He bulldozes over women. I meant, does it take like 80 hours to get laid with a girl? What the fuck are you talking about? 80 hours? It's more like, you can still same day lay in an hour, you idiot. Fuck what Eric von Markovic, the guy who showed up in 2003. He's actually, Mystery, he's actually Canadian in Toronto. Mystery is Canadian. I show up in 2001. That's Mystery 2003. Just because Mystery says that it takes like one date after another doesn't make it true. I even banged a woman in 10 minutes, pulling 2 women home and fucking one of them. This is not some nightclub or some shit like. This is during, like, although it was nighttime, it was just done in the streets. So that's pretty impressive. I did it in front of a boot camp student using his fucking hostel in the bathroom. So you can do it in 10 minutes. You understand that? 10 minutes. So the whole idea, sexually seeding sexually maneuvering. If you look at the infield again, and YouTube strikes some of my infields because there's sex scenes in it. YouTube's like, it's illegal, or you can't fucking show that. And it's like, got 2 fucking strikes because not to be careful what fucking infields I post, because they're not same day poo, they're same day lays. All of them, same day lays. Nobody cares about poo infields, like poo. So stop getting gaslighted by tall white men, London Day Game and all that shit, when they tell you gotta go from one date after another. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The more you escalate, the more is the problem with the white people, the white dating coaches, these tall ogres. And I really like white people. My newest student, which is an old student, retaking Kaizen, is white. He wants to do it again. He already got a girlfriend before. White people are cool. John has white students, even in inner circles, like white people everywhere. It's like, but white dating coaches are autistic as shit. The tall ones, they don't have any social skills. They're just ogering it. So they're super retarded, and they're telling you, oh yeah, you gotta have all these hours, all these theories. So how do you go from indirect to directly so quickly? You don't go direct. There is no direct in my game, you fucking idiot. Basically, direct equals guys who goes direct has no fucking lay testimonials in day game. Nobody has any fucking lay testimonials in day game because it doesn't happen during a day game training period. By the time they get laid, it'll be like 4 or 5 months. They're not collecting testimonials because there's no fucking testimonials to collect for day game. You go sexual, don't you? You don't even know anything about me. How about you actually do some fucking research on my style of game? You don't even understand what the fuck I do. Why don't you just go look at some of my infields or something? There's like some infield you can kind of get an idea. My infields, they look like they're done in like 15 minutes. Most of my infields are like over an hour. I've seen your infields. Yeah, most of the infields, I cut out all the conversation in between, but a lot of it's just social skills. You see like fucking 5 minutes of like cuts. The other fucking, 55 minutes is just back and forth social skills and body language and objections. All the tactics I want to keep away from you. Some of the infields are like a couple hours. They're like 2 hours. Some of them are 3 hours, but they're not like fucking 10 hours. You kiss a tall girl in the mall. It's not just kiss a tall girl. I fucked her in a fucking hostel. So it's like, that's just one of the many of them. I also fucked many tall women too. So it's not a big deal. I don't even care how tall they are. So that's the problem with the other dating coaches. They get a kiss and they believe that's good. Kiss is basically a kiss close is called a disappointment. For me, the bar is set so fucking high. My students, they have to get laid. They don't give a fuck about kisses. They're not about positive reactions. This is not a comfort camp. This is a boot camp. This is a boot camp. So you went direct then? I didn't go direct. Show me one instance I went direct. I never said how you're cute. I never gave her a compliment. So that's just called escalating. You don't have to go direct. You can play a very indirect style of game with social skills. Where do you go to see your infields? Well, if you go to my channel, okay? Holy fuck, I mean, I post more infields. People don't even know where the fuck my infields are. Okay. Oh, look, I'm live. So it's under the playlist. Under the playlist. And let's see over here. Let's see if I can show you during the front of the page. Live infield. Oh, yeah. Here says some of the same day live infields right here. See that? So this one is banging an 18-year-old girl. She's barely 18. Just turned 18. She's 5'11", right? YouTube striked it. But guess what? Because it was just the audio of the sex, YouTube can't strike shit, right? I won the appeal. This one, okay. Right in front of bootcamp students, 2 women. I fucked one of them. The other student just sort of had to watch. And his bed has a... Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. This student's gonna send me another autistic fucking... Oh, for fuck's sakes, man.
Tell me something interesting about you. Something I would have not figured out about you just by looking at you. Oh, I did ballet when I was younger. Speaking of ballet, I feel like learning ballet is really hard and complicated. I'm just curious, How did you feel? Well,
Hey, you fucking got some of the tonality in the notes down. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'll go over the details afterwards to see if it technically is correct when you're talking about feelings. But you finally got the other flow drill. I'm not saying it's perfect or it's past, but I'm just saying it's much better than before. Holy fuck. After like fucking 50 takes of fucking autism, congratulations. Hey, you fucking got some of the tonality in the notes down. Congratulations. Okay, let's hear it. Go for it.
first, but then I got used to it. Speaking of being nervous, I myself felt nervous when I was doing a class presentation.
And the reason why you're switching over to social comfort and you're talking about feelings at that point is not all escalation. There's a point of the interaction around 5 minute or 6 minute mark. You have to use social comfort. Otherwise, she's gonna flake on you. Without the social comfort, you can't breach the insta date. I mean, you can get every single woman to insta date if you have the day game, which is 5 minutes of teasing and flirting. Once she's into you, then it's the social comfort. But if she's 9 out of 10 and above, you don't have the social comfort phase. You remove that. You see what I mean? And then that bridges to the insta date. So that means all of them could be insta date, all of them could be a pull, all of them could be a lay, because you need to get this down first. That's why he's practicing a social skills flow drill. So there's different stages of the game. There's different stages. A lot of what I'm teaching you is that you don't understand what I'm saying. He does sound creepy. He's very autistic, but this student that does sound creepy as fuck, right? He also lost his virginity under my training during COVID-19. So you can't really just say like, oh yeah, he's creepy. Yeah, he's creepy. But however, he lost his virginity. So it doesn't really matter. Good for him. So no matter how fucking creepy, if I can get a creepy fuck like this, losing his virginity, and he was this guy, I'll show you. This guy.
Facial with me, and he gave me plenty of chances to improve on my conversation, where I had to learn how to do the conversation flow chart for a whole month before I could gather the skill down.
Yes, sir.
It was really tough after that. So basically, I met this girl. She was sitting outside the makeup shop, and
That's him.
She was just sitting by herself, and I
So
went up to her and I started talking.
This Indian student lost his virginity finally, so which is great. And here's a guy that I should never ever get laid, right? But he did it. He fucking did it. And he sounds creepy. Yeah, okay, yeah. He knows that. He's very, very autistic. But if I can get people like that laid through social skills, then all this gamey game shit doesn't matter. Look, I don't have time to explain to you the game like that long, okay? But just to make you understand. Long story short, if you're tactically speaking about the game, you gotta think in terms of Jordan Belfort, you gotta keep her on the line. You see that? When you're autistic and you're like these tall white dating coaches, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Over here, like she's already talking to them like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. And, they have an autistic face and stuff. And the thing is that because they're autistic, she can't even hear what he's saying. So she stops, right? I want to meet you real quick with no fucking facial expressions. And then she stops wondering, why the fuck are you, what the fuck are you saying? And then she stops because she can't understand what the fuck they're saying. So they're off the line. And sometimes the women walks away and it's like, oh, it's a numbers game. It's 10%. No, you fucking teaser over here. No, but you don't do push pulls. That's fucking retarded. My students do not do push pulls. If you accidentally give her a validation, then you have to take it away. The push pull is kind of like you farted or something, and you got fan it away or something. That's what push pull. Only when you give a validation by accident. Validation, there's no validation in my game. Then she's back on the line. You see that? Health fitness? It's about keeping on the line. She's giving me a fucking attitude again, right? I gotta get going, right? You're just dumb enough to ask her because you're a fucking retarded person. Like simple pickup, like, oh, what's your logistics like, right? Now you're forcing her off the line. Hey, where are you heading right now? What are you doing? Guess what? Oh, shit. Now she's talking about leaving. Now she's fucking gone. You just made this into a fucking numbers game. You see that? You don't bring this up right away. Of course, you got to find out logistics, but you can still use the behavioral game, keeping her on the line. And in case she does need to meet her friends, right? You can go to her place first for the logistics. Let's say, for example, she had to go to the mall and she had to put in her application. That's exactly what happened with the 6'1" woman. She was applying for a job. So therefore, I went with her for her to apply her application. I cut that part out of the infield. And then afterwards, I went to the Nordstrom bar and I pulled her later on. and then I fucked her in a hotel. But you see that? The first thing that you have to do is to go to her place. You see that? So the whole idea of that the woman's busy, guess what? You go with the frame. It's called, you know, do you see the tactics? You go with wherever she's going, and then you go to your place afterwards. That's what you tell her. That's like the Jordan Belfort method of keeping her on the line. So now that when you take away the stupid logistic stuff, right? Other things you can do tactically is to shake her hand. Hi, my name is Jonathan Elite. What's your name? The longer she holds your hand, right? You can see the compliance test. She's still holding on my hand. Okay. And then you switch hands. And you keep talking like that. You see that? Now, because you switch hands, you can see how long she holds it for. If she lets go right away, then you got to tease her more. You see that? To keep her on the line. I'm talking more advanced stuff. This is the problem with advanced. When I made the video about RSD, it's like, oh, RSD has advanced mindset and RSD Julian. Well, what the fuck are you talking about? Where the fuck are their fucking same-day late infields? Because they can't keep her on the line. They don't even have fucking day game late testimonials, even for these fucking Asian fucking cockfags, fucking coaches teaching Julian's fucking game before. All the Asians fucked up. He died. And they even dismissed it. They're like, oh yeah, same-day lates is impossible. It's like, sure it is impossible, fucking idiot. And then have another 3 dates. Fucking retarded. You see that? Now you take that away, you add a compliance test. Great, now she's back on the fucking line. Guess what? You don't just sexualize it and touch your way to victory because they're autistic. They have no conversational skills. They believe there's like 5 fucking threads. So like autistic thread number 1. Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, fucking is stuck because they don't know how to get her opening up. So they're going to go to thread number 2, like mystery method. Fucking stupid as shit. Mystery doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Mystery has no fucking day game, fucking late testimonials, and the ABCs of attraction, which also uses mystery method, misery method. Does it fucking work? They only got 1 fucking late testimonials this entire fucking year in day game. 1. Oh, congratulations, ABCs of narcissism. What happens when you use mystery method is a night game system that should not be put towards day game. It's completely stupid. Mystery is like a fucking aspy fuck. You see that? Off the fucking line. Because now you're going to do another autistic DHV story, right? Trying to show off in validation. Guess what? You're going to give her 3 fucking validations. She's off the fucking line. Oh, no. If you did a validation, you have to do a push-pull. It's like you're fighting by accident, right? The poo infields. You found out of the way. Now she's back on the fucking line. But now the line's getting platonic. She's really investing a lot. That's not what you want. You got to fucking sexualize it over here. Or not sexualize, I mean flirting. You don't always have to be like fucking sexualizing it. You can flirt here. I don't mean romantic flirting. And now the line turns into a pink line. Because now the line or more bread, because now it's more like man to women, sexual. You see that? And now you're in social comfort mode. Social comfort. You see that? At this stage, if you don't build enough trust and comfort and you try to RSD Tyler it and touch to victory, just like these autistic fucks, these white dating coaches are autistic. If you keep touching your way to victory, you will not build this section over here of social comfort. Without the social comfort, it can't lead to the insta-date ID, the insta-date. Basically, unless you're just walking with her randomly, in most cases, you won't build comfort. It keeps her off the line. You lower your percentage. Over here, if you keep her on the line, you can get every motherfucking woman. Every fucking woman. Like Jordan Belfort says. When Jordan Belfort made $200 million fucking dollars in a row, guess what? He had no ethics whatsoever. He'll close anyone. I gotta say that you can close like just about anyone. It just depends how much damage control and how much teasing that you're willing to do, that you're willing to walk away. How much, it's a little bit more of an aggressive style of game. It's not for everyone. And one time I did that in front of a boot camp student. Women were disrespecting him. I said, let's get away from these women. I teased him and he's like, what are you doing? And I told him that's part of the system. And guess what happened when he was not aggressive? Some guy fucking sneaked in his hostel and says, oh, I don't have a place to stay. He let him stay. They pull a blonde woman back home. And guess what happened? The other guy tried to steal the woman from him. And I was like, see, you should have been aggressive. You should have listened to me, you dumb fuck. This is what happens when you don't listen to Johnny Late. Pull 4 times. Didn't close. Even on fucking Tinder later, it doesn't fucking like, too afraid to fucking go for it. It's stupid. This is what happens when you don't listen to Johnny Elite. And this is what happens when you don't fucking escalate at the right times. So this is a game of rock, paper, and scissors, keeping her on the line. And what keeps her on the line is social skills. The conversational flow drill that you call creepy. Guess what? That's what made him lose his virginity. So what's the line of your system? Social skills, looks max. When does seduction come into play? You don't understand. You don't understand because of the body language, the social calibrations, the way you're standing, the way you're behaving, behavioral game. It's already man to women. That means you don't need to spike up the flirts and teases because what they're doing is they're hunching. They have an uncalibrated body language. Imagine it's like this, okay? But these are some good questions. I'm glad you're asking it. If they are hunching in the infields like this, they sound like fucking robots, autistic robots. What's happening is that they're spiking sexually here. They're spiking it. They're spiking push-pull. There's SMV. You see that? These are just spikes. You guys see exactly how much volume is in the spikes. This is how much escalation is in it. And then they touch the way to victory. You see that? Spike, 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 spike. So this is not that much because they're hunching. They don't have elite 30. Most naturals have a very good body language. So basically what will happen is even if you're not teasing and flirting all the fucking time, at first, the attraction does not seem like that much. But the longer you can keep up the social skills and get opening up, over time, guess what? The spike goes higher. You see that? It goes higher. Once in a while, you spike with a little bit of a tease, right? It goes higher. It keeps going up progressively. You start flirting at the right times. By the time you reach the instant date, you can see there's so much more volume here. You see that? That's the secret. But no, you got to do this gamey shit. You got to learn the line. You got to be artistic. No, you can't just fucking do it like this. So you guys are stupid. You got small fucking brains. You guys don't know shit. You've been gaslighted. John's fucking students can kick the living shit out of all of you. And you should look at my fucking infields. You should look at my testimonials. You know, you can see all the student results. You take a tall white guy, guess what? Fucking bang like models and shit and 5-some in DAYGAME without fucking Tinder. So fucking stupid. You guys are small. You guys have small fucking brains. It's like Johnny Elite comes from the future, like 200 or 300 years in the future. Travels back in time and says, hey, this is how game works. And guess what happens, you dumb fucking sheeps? You dismiss. The sheeps love to dismiss, right? And see, because you think you know everything. You're seeing this from your own goddamn mental filter. You can't hear what I'm saying. This is not some idealistic thinking like, oh, it's acting lessons or is it? No, this is something that is proof-based thinking. There's so much fucking proof behind what I'm saying. They have no proof, like too fucking late. John, calm the fuck down. Like I said, I woke up, I seen this stupid shit saying Tinder's. No. Fucking DAYGAME is way better than Tinder. My Pakistani mentor will never use Tinder. Ever. DAYGAME is way better. You've been all gaslighted. And you want to spend $6,000 or $7,000 getting a fucking VPN and changing your phone numbers because they fucking shadow ban you? You want to go for fucking war pigs, like fucking swiping left, just like you walk in the fucking street, seeing one after another, you know, ugly, hot. All the ones that are hot all match with me when I try that just for 1 week. Like I match with the hottest one. That's not even skills. Maybe they find me attractive. Maybe I'm an attractive person. I'm not sexy, but the body's not that great. But the face is attractive to the women. But big fucking deal. And I was about to get the hottest women out, and I just uninstalled the fucking app. We did an experiment, and this is the experiment. Tinder does not count. That's not a fucking... If I went for that, and I banged the hottest girl in BC, 19 years old, that does not count as a lay count. That does not count as a lay count. Tinder is not a lay count. Tinder is a fucking food app of stupid pictures, and if you use a flow chart, only the tall 95% of the testimonials are white. That means you're just SMVing it. It helps white people. So white is right. 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 That's all it is. And then one token Asian. And then the rest just minority is just fucking wasting their time and money. So stupid. Tinder is so stupid. And for all the people that are showing up, all right, let's reiterate the problem. I gotta stop talking like Jordan Belfort over here. Listen, Tinder is like 30 minutes of swiping for hours. Okay, you're really swiping for hours. It's not 30 minutes. Most of the guys are like, oh, I got to do one more swipe. I got to spend more time. That time you could have been outside and you could have closed at least once or twice during that day. Like my Pakistani mentor or like my students. You think that London student did a lot of fucking approaching to get the fucking 10 fuck buddies? No, he barely did any approaching. They all came out because afterwards he fixed his social skills to keep him on the line. What is that keeping him on the line? It's not, the thing is that the keeping him on the line is originally from Jordan Belfort. It is a sales sort of system. We just think the same. There's more to his system that there are pieces I have kept secret from the public. But the idea is that they're talking about, oh, they're keeping them on the line because you Tinder and you text them and stuff. Yeah, of course, text game is very important too. It is, but you don't want to be texting the women. You want to close it during the same day late. Oh no, but I can text much more women during. No, you'll have fucking 10% of them coming out, not fucking late. 10% coming out. I'm not fucking stupid. Like fucking Pooh Infields. Pooh. You're all confused. You're all gaslighted. 1-7 equals a lay for these tall white dating coaches. For the Pooh Infields. I know the exact number. I'm not stupid. Autistic as shit. All right, let's continue. It's like going down the street full of ugly women and then you have to swipe left and you find some goldie eventually. It costs more than DAYGAME. It costs like fucking $6,000 for a VPN and gain more Tinder accounts. It's a total myth that you can only approach 2 hot women a day. No, you're supposed to close 2 hot women a day. If you don't close both of them, you close one of them, dumb fuck. That's why autistic people love Tinder. They think it's like 10% bullshit. My Pakistani mentor approaches 3. 2 rejections. 1 meets 99% through the text game. They come out. It's just like my other student that was a short 5'1" student. I texted for him and the woman still came out. Bootcamp students. They just copy and paste my text. The woman comes out and they fuck. Just copy and paste my text. So many bootcamp students. Another bootcamp student before now is getting married. But he just copy and pasted my text and she came out because I loop it in the text. I don't use a 14 flow drill fucking bullshit. I use the looping, which is also part of the Jordan Belfort system. Looping the objections by statements of empathy and looping. I know this is more advanced. A lot of people saying, John, if you talk to events, a lot of us do not understand what you're saying. Just try to understand that you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're like talking to somebody who's from the future, telling you exactly how to do it. You're admitting that your looks are play hate, how you can take ugly. Well, the thing is that in DAYGAME, that my looks do play a role in the Tinder. Okay, unfortunately, my looks do play a role. I am actually pretty good looking. I'm short, but in DAYGAME, height matters more in muscles. Height, muscles being whitewashed matters more. So that's the difference. The advantages in okay, this is what you don't get. How can you take an ugly, socially awkward, badly dressed talking guy and change them eventually? Because through fashion. So when you look at this student, he's wearing exactly the same fashion as I am. He's fitting in our tribe. So let's take a look. This guy's not good looking.
We also worked on fashion, which you are seeing right now in this video. I got this is the t-shirt or the dress shirt he recommended, and right here's the little pants he recommended, and he also recommended this haircut.
Yeah, haircut.
Which the girl I got laid with, she really complimented on.
Every single student, same thing. When you look at all the testimonials, and there's tons, they all wear exactly the same fucking fashion. Every single one of them. Look at this student who got married. And this is not from arranged marriage, by the way. Not good looking. Most of my students are not good looking.
During COVID, I was going to lose my job. So John told me about how I can. He taught me sales skills and high income skills.
He taught Elite 60, but he got married.
Sometimes.
See, blazer, dress shirt, same hairstyle. All the students dress exactly the same. Another student. You listen to this guy. You can hear his infields. He's
salsa, dance salsa, yes, all Latin dance salsa. It's natural for us, but
English, right? Huh?
yes, no.
And all he learned was the social skills flow drill.
Nice.
And
You dance some you dance salsa?
Sometimes it depends. Like
Yes.
I can another steps.
In your house, in the backyard, in the garden.
Let me just show you. Right. Let me get some fun. You gotta get out. I'll show you. I'll show you in a sec.
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
Yeah, basically for this guy, he got 10 fuck buddies. He got 2 models, and now he has a model girlfriend. He's out of the game. How the fuck did he do that? He was getting rejected nonstop. Even if he was using Elite 30, he got a same day lay. But then he learned social skills with Elite 30, and the results are unstoppable. Doesn't their true weird self eventually make it through? No. Because it takes 30 days to correct the dysfunction. That means if the first day is a happy, fun, carefree, positive vibe, right? So all they do is work all day in front of the mirror. Blah, blah, blah. Happy, fun, carefree, right? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. So they have to correct the creepy vibe first. The next day, they might be working on breathing 10 times to calm down their nervous system. Because when they don't calm down the nervous system, they talk too fast. So they're breathing in, holding it 4, out 4. So before every single approach, they do that. Hold 4, out 4. Breathe in 4. Out 4. And afterwards, they start to calm down when they talk, right? They're just more relaxed and stuff like that. So it takes training. One student who was Middle Eastern, he took 16 hours a day to work on this. He practiced 1 day at a time. By the time he's on day 2, he has a social circle, so he has some social skills. He worked on his social, now more calm. He worked on his social calibrations. And for him, he closed so many women. But the thing is that in 1 week, he got laid. In 1 week. He was 5'7", Middle Eastern. This is what he done. That means you gotta train it 1 day at a time, like the army. Does that make sense? Like basketball. 1 day you're learning dribbling, the next day you're learning passing. You gotta learn the fundamentals. So even if you're creepy, by correcting one piece at a time, it's like a chiropractor. Crack, 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 crack. Once everything's realigned properly, and that takes practice, because for the neural pathways, it takes time. It's not like automatically things happen. You can't just act your way like acting lessons. You actually got to correct it. You got to spend that 10 hours a day. Once everything's calibrated, the woman always has she's always reading your body language. Does that make sense? Every single time. So if you can correct all this stuff, she cannot see the misalignment. So her evolutionary psychology, mental filter, it's always looking for things to fault, always looking for that one thing to reject the students. What happens when the students already gone through 15 days of this stuff? Usually they already got laid because they already corrected a lot of the misalignments. It's just basically copying alpha male's body language. It is the opposite of Asperger's syndrome. For example, like you see in my other videos, if you face her like that and you just give compliments all day, it's creepy. It brings a lot of cortisol. If you stand 45 degrees, for example, and talk to her, it's a lot more friendly, just like when I'm talking to you now. You don't feel any cortisol. You feel like, and if you move your head a lot like this, she'll notice it right away, and that will reject you. Learn not to move that. Learn how to move your facial expressions. Learn how to use the hand gestures. Happy, fun, carefree, positive vibe. Learning how to relax. All these calibrations will bypass her circuits. So basically, is a concept of autism reduction. Does that make sense? I'm basically taking the most autistic students and correcting the fundamental body languages. It's not like acting lessons, which they're working on the style on the outside. You're working on the fundamentals before you worry about game tactics. So they have to take 30 days to redo the neural pathways. My game is not complicated. When they can correct neural pathways, the spike happens gradually like that. Does that make sense? If you cannot do that and keep her on the line, then she'll be rejected. Like she'll reject you, and you think as a numbers game. Hope that kind of makes sense to some degree. So, who are you? I don't really know who you are. Health, fitness, essential. Okay. So it's not just mastering social skills. You got to get the body language down. During the first lockdown, a lot of Asian students got laid because Wuhan flu is over there. So they're like, these Asians are different. It's fine. Afterwards, lockdown 2, more people hated on the Asians. Now I understand. I'm glad you understand. But most people don't understand. When I'm explaining this to them, this is why in the last YouTube live, I talk about how RSD victims, for example, They like to complicate things. They always want things as complicated to mentally masturbate because they can't do this flow drill, this triangular social skills flow drill. Does that make sense? Because they can't do it, they cannot spike the attraction. And you got to think about this way, okay? Mr. Health Essential, whatever it's called. You got to think what brings the attraction up. You got to look at the score. Social skills give you a 2.5. Does that make sense? That's already a big chunk of game because game is only 2.5. But not everyone has a 2.5 game. They may have some height and some SMV. Their game might be only like 0.5. Look at Charisma King. He can't even get a single fucking late testimonial. So if this is 2.5, this is like 1 for them or less. Can you transfer this 1 out of 10 or 1 out of like 2.5 to an Asian student? No. So what happens with these white guys is they like to vibe their SMV, their looks, money, and status. Emotions is worth 2.5. 2.5. And so is social calibrations. But if you handle the first two, right? You see that? Fuck the game for a second. And fuck vibing it. If you just handle the first two during COVID-19, for the game category, you already got 5 out of 10. You see that? By taking ashwagandha and learning how to calm down, right? This gives you, even if you don't have the full 2.5 score, you know, like the fucking your sister concept, and then using the vibe to vibe better, less needy, even if you took ashwagandha, you at least have like a 1 out of 10 here because you're more relaxed. You see that? Less cortisol. That's already 6 out of 10. See that? 6 out of 10. And for them, their game sucks. They're like 1 out of 10 for the game. They're vibing at 0.5. Their entire game out of 10 is really like 1.5 out of 10. And when they don't have body language or social skills, maybe their social skills is gaming. They don't have social skills. They have to gamify it. So their social skills is 1. That becomes 2.5 out of 10. Maybe their body language is not that good. It's 0.5. That's 3 out of 10. Most white people and other dating coaches, they have a 3 out of 10 game. You can beat most dating coaches by working on these two. Does that make sense? Elite 30 and getting the social skills down. This is why the first day of the boot camp is social calibrations, 2.5. The next day is 2.5 social skills. They'll never understand social skills. Most people ask me, John, what's social skills? I have to explain it to them. You know how the TV show Friends and stuff like that? They don't get it. I learned too. Todd V, it worked. Well, so he has like 2 late testimonials. You should give him a testimonial. I learned too. Todd V, it worked. 2 late testimonials, 2 polling fields, you know, and for you, if you just keep fucking approaching all day, right, and you're a tall white guy, this is hypothetically, then you didn't get laid during the period, then you could be a 3rd testimonial. Congratulations. But 3 fucking late testimonials. If you are one of them, you should go to Todd V and give your testimonial because unless you're just SMVing like RSD victims, 1% of RSD victims do get laid over time. They SMV, they spam approach. And after like 6 months or something, the tall ones get laid eventually. And 99% of them, the short Asians, they just fucking die a horrible fucking death. Right? And they go from one RSD system to another. So if you teach me natural social skills from practice, then are you anti-script, like anti-Ken? The thing is that imagine if I have a body language of a flirt, okay? Like this. Like you see the facial expressions? I can come up with a million different flirty lines. So it's not about anti-lines, but I don't believe that lines matter because once the body language is congruent, the right words come out, right? Like if you're flirting with her, right? By the way, I've noticed that you're Latina, right? You know what they say, the hips don't lie, right? Maybe you can do it again. So once the facial expressions, it changes your state. So the right words come out. So you see sometimes on my website, there's a lot of writing. If I'm listening to certain type of music, the writing would change because the state changes. Of course, I don't believe in the state, being in the state, but you can change your state. For example, look at this. If I say the word blah, 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 okay? And I'm a little bit hunching right now. Blah, blah, blah. I sound like unconfident. Blah, blah, blah. You see that? Hunch. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Now it changes. You see there's a confidence. Blah, blah, blah. Now it's going to be narcissistic. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, overconfidence. Blah, 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 blah. Now back to calibrate. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. See, chin up a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. Now you can hear a confidence coming through. Blah, blah. So that means that your body language can actually be a word generator because thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you can correct the feelings through the outer action, you can correct a lot of the things and the words come out naturally. The naturals are able to be witty, even though people dismiss wittiness. No, it's the stupid. They come up with this witty shit because they have perfect body language. My body language is identical to the real naturals, not PUA naturals. So for them, they're always standing up straight and they're coming out with great words. And that's why they come up with witty shit. What are you laughing at, Jackson? I mean, I learned too, like some stupid Chinese thing. I don't know what you're trying to say. I mean, scripted lines. That's for autistic people. When you have no social skills, you gotta use game scripts. That's the truth. That's why they always have this stupid lines. Oh, look at your legs. It looks very sexy or stuff like that. But you can also use questions. Use questions like, by the way, you have sexy legs. Are you a dancer or something? You can lead her mind around. Are you a flexible person? And it makes her think like that sexually. You don't have to directly give a flirty line because it's incongruent. Because one line that may work at one certain situation may not work in a different situation. Let's say, for example, a 5'1" student. I do have a 5'1" student. He got married before too, so it's not like he didn't. Okay, but one line for me may not be congruent to him. We're different in height and difference in looks. So, damn, you are a pure outer game. You destroy inner game. No, think about it this way, okay? The people that believe is inner game are usually the guys that 1% that SMVs it. They're usually around like 5'11", 5'10", or they're muscular. And they believe, they tell everyone, because RSD mindsets, that I do have inner game. I made a video talking about 5 mindsets. 5 mindsets. Right over here. You see that? 5 mindsets to replace 50 RSD mindsets. Hold on a second. Right here. See that? This video. So there are actually 5 mindsets. You don't need 50 RSD mindsets. The whole point of RSD mindsets is just to make a 5'11" or a muscular Asian guy spam approach. And eventually he's going to get laid. Eventually. Because he has enough SMV value. Is over like 20 or 30. Eventually something's going to happen. But I do have short students that are practicing, for example, right? I do have short students that are practicing like over here. So this guy's just practicing nodding right here. He's 5'3". He's an RSD victim. He got rejected nonstop. So now he's coming back to my system for. Mm-hmm. You need to say more.
Yeah.
So he's practicing nodding and stuff to active listening.
Yeah.
But for him, he's only 5'3". My other student got 3 fucking lays in a row with a black woman, a Latina, and a Korean. Now they're engaged. I'm not sure if they're married, but they know each other before. And don't worry about it. Like if the other students are a little bit crazy. So don't fuck with my students. But the point is this: he saw the other guy. He knew he got laid under my training. I think it's from some stupid forum group, long time ago. Now he's like, I'm not sure if he's married or he's engaged. I don't know what the fuck is up with him. But for this student, it's 5'3", is very short. He did not get laid from the RSD mindsets. And he likes a spam approach. So for you, just SMVing it. And I made another video how RSD 1% do get laid. So this is true. 1% is huge. If there's like 400,000 people, some RSD people do get laid. But not everyone. So I made a video called RSD Success Rate Exposed. So 1% RSD victims will be the most vocal against the 99%. They always say, like, because they got some results of the RSD shit. Inner game is quite easy, almost like most POA's learner in China learns Chris or Tyler. So they got mental problems to some extent, but they don't know how to act in each step. The thing is that if you have the inner game, right, that's kind of like Grant Cardone's the 10X rule. Does that make sense? Because the inner game makes you take more action. And that's a good thing that you're taking more action. But you also have to have 2 rules that I want to talk about. So let's see if I can find a screenshot of the 10X rule. I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot here. Okay, so there's a book called the 10X rule over here. Okay. I don't like Grant Cardone. I'm not a fan. But basically, instead of listening to 1,000 RSD Tyler videos, if you read this one book or audio book, it's online somewhere, you can find it, then it'll help you to take massive action. But you also need a second rule, which is called the 80-20 rule. So what they don't understand is that you need 2 formulas. Number 1, You need to take massive action. Number 2, you need the 80-20. That means 20% of the, if you want to learn Spanish, como estás, right? You know, bonita, hermosa, right? Yo soy guapo, right? You don't need to learn every single word. You just need to learn 20% of the language. Does that make sense? They're quite different. It doesn't matter. They're RSD shit. They're all about SMVing it. They have no skills. Tyler is a fucking idiot. I think Tyler is a fucking idiot. So basically what I'm trying to say is that, do you understand what I'm saying? That the 80-20 rule, 20% of the crops are grown by 20% of the seeds. 80% of the wealth is from 20% of the population. So the 80-20 rule. If you want to learn jiu-jitsu, you just have to learn 36 techniques, not 1,000. You see that in game? You just have to learn 30 pieces for Elite 30. You don't have to learn like 1,000 RSD mindsets. And like you said, because they're using more of the inner game, they don't have the outer game. So it's really outside in first. Once you get the outside in, it's very simple, Jackson. It's very simple. I'm going to explain to you. Okay. This will make a lot of fucking sense. Imagine that this is how RSD works, okay? Right over here is your potential, P, okay? The potential is, most RSD victims believe that they're 10 out of 10 potential. So the outside actions, you see that? The actions, that's where Elite 30 comes in. And over here is what they call R, the results. Does that make sense? The results would form your belief. Your belief will now form your new potential. Your new potential will form your actions, right? If you are RSD victim, for example, let's just say if you use Elite 30 over here, this formula equals automatic lay. You see that? Automatic lay. Because you're changing the action, the bad habits. But what happens if you're like the other students who keeps repeating the bad habits over and over? The autistic RSD victims. They go out there, they're inner gaming that shit. They're taking 10x action. But they're not correcting the body language. They're not correcting the outside in, which corrects the tonality. What happens is they go in a downward spiral. Their results will not match. Their actions are bad. The results are shit. Their belief in themselves. At first, they'll believe in themselves. You got to take more action. It's the journey, not, they'll tell themselves, the RSD victims. It's all part of the journey, right? Journey success is based on teaching pure outer game. I like it when you say it's outside in. No, it's not all outer. You understand? There's 5 mindsets. Go watch the video. Okay, what are the 5 mindsets? The 80-20. Okay, this is gonna mind fuck you. This is the part of the system I've been keeping a secret. There are 5 mindsets that I teach. Okay, so we'll explain this. Okay, 5 mindsets. There's not a lot of room here. Ah, fuck. We'll talk about that later. But do you see where I'm going with this? By fixing the outside, you get pulls and lays and insta dates. You start to believe in yourself. But once you hit, okay. We'll get over this concept first, okay? So you understand, okay? Imagine in the boot camps, when I teach the first 3 days, it's all outer game. You understand that? Social skills. Social skills, not outer game, it's skills. But then they hit a ceiling. You see that? Then when they hit the ceiling, they plateau. Then they switch over to inner game. Does that make sense? There's a lot of secret exercises I don't teach the public. I don't even teach an inner circle. Once the inner game maxes out, right? Then they switch back to outer game. You see that? But they have to start outer game. It's always outside in first. And then when they plateau, right, then it's inside out. You get it? You get it? Now they can go to the next level, take more actions, calibrate the mindset, the vibe changes. And then they go back to outer game and they refine it. And the outer game back to inside out. So it's always outside in, inside out. Outside in, inside out. Outside in, inside out. But you never ever start inside out. Because if you're trying to learn how to ride a motorcycle, right? Think about it this way. Okay, health fitness. If you're trying to ride a motorcycle, will you want to be competent or confident? RSD is like confidence. They're going to inner game that shit. They're going to ride a new motorcycle. They're going to crash. You see that? They're going to crash. But if you work on the outer game, you work on all the fundamentals, right? You get some confidence from competence. You get it? But now that when you get better at riding a motorcycle, you still need that to get over that fear, the inner game. Now you work on the inner game. You see that? And then you switch back to when the inner game is corrected and you're making better maneuvers, then you switch back to the outer game. You refine it further. Give it a thumbs up if you guys are getting this. It's too advanced. Do you get it now? So it's really inside out, or outside in, then it's inside out, then it's outside in, inside out. You get it? It has nothing to do with inner game first. For those who are doing inner game first, they're not doing the 80-20. They're just 10xing it for the mindsets. Do you get it now? Brilliant. Exactly. So that's what they don't understand. So the first 3 days, not a single fucking inner game. There is no like lecture of inner game shit. It just saves you so much time. If we can do this for everything in the world, when we're learning how to play basketball or learning how to do MMA, you can't MMA your way into a fight and win. You understand that? You're walking in the ring, you have 2 gloves, right? And you're walking into a ring. Do you want to inner game that shit? Or do you actually want to train first? At some point when you're training, you have hit a plateau and you start breaking down mentally. Then you work on the inner game. That's when, all that stuff, the inner game stuff. And then you switch back to the outer game whenever you maxed out there. So outside in, inside out, outside. I should make a video about this. Outside in, inside out, outside. Always starts outside in because it goes with that chart. You see that? This chart talks about for your potential. It's a little bright there. The potential has to be met with the right action. So this already debunks the entire RCD system and other dating coaches system. It's all game and all. That's the problem. And then the belief goes up about themselves because the results go up, their belief goes up. So outer game is what causes the upward spiral. Then you hit a plateau, right? You eventually mentally have cracks in your brain. Then you got to work on the inner game. Then once that's done, then outer game. Now you're starting to realize, oh shit, this is brilliant, right? It's making some sense now. Let's continue. I'm going to stay a little bit longer. I know I got to fix the hard drives. I got to make sure I don't lose all my fucking same-day lay-in fields on the first fucking approach. And day 2 is the first text, first approach. First date, first close. I want to make sure I don't lose that shit. I got to transfer to the new hard drive. Because this one's fucked up right now. It's a fucking piece of shit. At least this one is still working. This for the laptop. But I got to fix all that shit. You always got to back it up. So now you're understanding this formula. But let's talk about the 5 mindsets. How's that? Because you might have missed the last video. A lot of people dismissed it. So what are the 5 mindsets that are necessary? What's the 80-20? What's the 80-20? Like I said, if they're only getting 10% of the women coming out, then they're not having the 80-20. They're not having the calibrations. They're just spam approaching with volume. They don't have the calibrations for day game. That's why they dismiss it. The first mindset, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will make sense for you guys. Number 3 is the skill index. Okay? The skills. This is the key to everything here. You're going to see the first 2 mindsets is just going to reinforce the skills, like opening up a hose. So the first one is how coachable you are. You see that? How coachable you are. Because this is assuming you have a perfect system. They think they have the most calibrated, optimized. Fuck that. I have 238.5 times more late testimonials in poll. So how's that calibrated? So they have to be more coachable for my system. That's number 1. So you see in the boot camps, when I yell at the students, they might think I'm being mean. But in reality, I'm trying to make sure that I can break down his ego. It's kind of like forging a sword. You got to break down the material, like ping, 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 right? And then eventually the sword can be folded into something new. But in order to do that, they have to be adaptable. You can see with that Indian student, he was not that adaptable. And this is scored out of 10. You see that? 10? 10. The skills are very simple. The skills have a triangle. It's unconscious incompetence. That means you don't know what you don't know. That's why I said autistic people, they like to ego trip because they don't fucking know this shit. They're stupid. And then what happens afterwards is they have a conscious incompetence. They finally realize how fucking stupid they are. That's why this student is using Elite Access to work on a social skills flow drill. He needs to work on a social skills flow drill to create an upward spiral. Then they become conscious competence. That means he's done it so many times, he finally got it right once. Now he needs to drill it down over and over and over. More and more, exactly the same. Just to become unconscious competence or natural. You get it? You need to go through the upward spiral with the corrected action in order to make it work. But that's great. That's a skill. You see that? Skill. Number 4, okay, is now you have this belief in yourself. Remember how I talk about on that chart? After the results, then the belief changes. This is called your believability index. Your belief in yourself index. You understand? You must have a belief in yourself, and the only way you can get that is starting outside in, the inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in, and doing the exact 80-20. Even if you're doing volume, you must have calibrations. And number 5 is the manifestation. They can call it woo-woo shit, and I do believe that RSD is woo-woo. Manifestation. But really, it's really about the thoughts and the feelings. Feelings. So, for example, a lot of these students, they're very emotional. They're snowflakes. They get offended very easily. They get offended extremely easily. So what happens is their feelings are fucked because they have high ego and low self-esteem. You see that? That's why they need high vibrational energy. So their feelings for the manifestation index is wrong. They're going to manifest nothing but rejections because they're going to be offended. Their thoughts are no longer accurate. Kind of like this. I'm trying to teach you how to think accurately. Try how to think accurately. You see that? And then when the feelings are corrected, a lot of times as students, because they have low self-esteem, what happens is they always have this parent yelling at them. The tiger parent. I'm not your tiger parent. The reason why I yell at the students is very simple. I want to make them coachable and adaptable. And you can see with the Indian student, he's not adaptable. It's that simple. Then that's the only way the skills open up. If you can open up the numbers, sometimes it's not so much about the skill set. Write this down. Skill set without mindset equals upset. Skill set without mindset equals upset. You see that? Without the skill set, they're always talking about, oh, I got the most optimized system, this and that. The problem with the flow chart in their system is that it only works for, in Tinder for white people. 95% of testimonials. It's only filtering out the whites. It's like white is right. It's like the system for whites. So it doesn't work for people because it's not calibrated. It's not the 80-20. It is, even if you're teachable and changeable, it's just not the right skill set for everyone. It's better to be learning how to loop. And sometimes for text game, the reason why the students always get the women coming out is because I know a little bit about copywriting. I know how to persuade with text. That is one of my skill sets. I've learned copywriting for 5 years now or something. So words can persuade, just like sales can persuade. They just are not good at it. If you have a flow chart and also like a free-flowing system, right, with copywriting, you can literally convert more women above the 10% or whatever percentage for the white students. You can fucking triple it, 10x it. But if you just work on just, the copywriting side, it's going to be harder because there's going to be less consistency. But if you have a flow drill and 2 things at once, it'll be much better. It's just like you having like compliance threshold plus you had looping it, right? Then it's better. They don't loop it. That's the problem. They don't loop it because they're not calibrated. They're not part of 80-20. They're just SMV and they're 10x, not 80-20. Are you guys getting this? Like you're writing it down. You're getting it, right? I hope it's people understand what I'm trying to say. The way I look at this, it's like Michael Jordan, like looking down at the industry, everyone's fighting among themselves. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They can dismiss things. Sheeps dismiss. They can overcomplicate things with RSD mindsets. But at the end of the day, I have to make the students teachable. I have to make them adaptable, and I have to yell at them. That's the only reason why I'm yelling them, to keep them on the fucking line. You get it? This is why almost every student pull or get laid, except for 3, because I'm keeping them on the line. So it's not because I'm trying to be your tiger parents and try and make you have mental abuse problems and gaslight you and sort of like making you have Stockholm syndrome. No. I know that if I cannot make you teachable and changeable, I can't get you laid because you won't grow in the skills. Every single second, every day that goes in the boot camp that you are not being teachable is you're wasting more fucking time. Some people only take a 3-day boot camp and they have to get laid or pull 3 fucking days. So I have to yell a little bit more and make them do more squats because I have to push that skill index from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to unconscious competence in the shortest amount of time, like the military. Are you guys getting it? It's not because I'm trying to be an asshole. It's not. Just 5 mindsets, 80-20. Why is only 5 mindsets? Why not 50 mindsets? Because 50 mindsets is unnecessary. You just need 5. So then you start to have the belief in yourself. When the students finally stop resisting, guess what happens? When they stop resisting, they're like, John, I'm going to do it exactly your way. They finally let go of the ego. Just you take care of this, right? I'm going to stop resisting with my ego, my high ego, low self-esteem. Guess what happens? They fucking pull it right there. They'll get laid. That same fucking few hours when they finally let go. Isn't that weird? They work on the inner game on the third day. That's sometimes they get laid during that day. They pull in the first day. They let go. They find say, John, you know what? I'm not going to resist anymore. I'm just going to do what you say on the boot camp. Automatically. You see that? Because it's a perfect system. Now they believe in themselves because they already pulled the first day. They already know that within the third day, they're going to get laid, or the fourth day, even fifth day. They know that. So their thoughts and feelings become corrected because now I'm telling them to shut the fuck up. Stop thinking so much. Stop giving me your mental filter. And that mental filter is created by their parents, which they constantly get mentally abused with low self-esteem. And over. You see that? So I can correct the thoughts and I can correct the feelings. When they start getting a little bit of success over and over, they'll start to feel better about themselves. Instead of ego tripping because they have low self-esteem, they'll finally start maximizing their confidence through competence, outside in. You guys get it now? It's not so. These mindsets are very practical. This can be used for any field in the world. If you want to be number one in any field right now, you use these 5 mindsets. These 5. And the billionaires are all very teachable and they're very adaptable. The general population who's poor are always resisting. You see that? That's the secret. Right here. The thoughts and feelings. When your thoughts and feelings are right, you take more of the right actions. More of the right things show up in your life. It's not woo-woo shit. I don't believe in woo-woo shit. I kept it a secret until someone on the email says, oh, John, you fucking RSD shit, right? It's like they have good mindsets. You should learn from Tyler and Julian. I was like, fuck you. So I made all these videos about RSD. That's all I want to say today. I got a lot of students to teach, and I got to see if I can recover all the infields. Okay. I watched the video multiple times. All right, good. So we'll talk about it. I'm on YouTube Live right now. I cannot talk about the details of the flow drill, right? But you have to start separating these pieces. The body language will affect the state, will change the words, your tonality. So we just have to break it down to the 80-20 rule. All right, good. So we'll talk about it. I'm on YouTube Live right now. That's why it's very important to nod properly during a keyword, so that way you have more keywords to work with. You don't want to think about some stupid threading, like, 5 threads or something like that. 5 different topics. You want to be able to thread one topic to keep her on the line and tease and flirt when it's necessary. But right now, the keywords are very important, because if you can't hear the keyword due to narcissism, then it doesn't show up in your brain. If it doesn't show up in your brain, you cannot use that to thread, and you cannot get her opening up. So I would say the first thing you work on is learning how to nod and listening to women, maybe on the YouTube. You're going to practice nodding, and every time she says a keyword, you're going to be nodding. And you're going to try to remember it. See if you can remember everything she says. If you can do that, you'll be unstoppable. This is what other PUAs cannot do because they're narcissistic. High ego, low self-esteem. They're always so busy ego tripping it, touching it, giving validation, stacking DHV stories, lines. They can't even flow in the fucking conversation. Hope that makes sense. So it's very important to not properly keywords, so that way you have more keywords to work with. You don't want to. So yeah, this is like Johnny Elite Access. They get to ask me 2 questions a day, or 1 follow-up, or the next steps, or John yell at me because I'm a cunt. The only yelling at them, not to hurt them, is to make sure that they actually do the adaptation. Now you guys are realizing, shit, John's not that mean. No, John cares. So, thank God. Yeah, I need to hear the structure afterwards. I'm talking to Indians too now. I'm on YouTube Live. Afterwards, okay, I need to hear this. Get rid of this. You got a tonality right, so maybe just work on this and drill it down. I got to check technically if your questions are good or your comments are good, the length of it. But overall, I think you're talking about feelings and stuff during the social comfort stage. I think that's pretty good. So right now, the thing is that once you got it right correctly, it's kind of like unconscious incompetence, right? All this time, you finally got some conscious incompetence. You finally realize what your fucking mistakes are. Now you got to make it conscious competence. That means you need to drill this down over and over, just like the military, over and over and over and over until it's second nature. But you cannot go back and making mistakes, because if you're making mistakes, the actions are wrong. You may think you have more potential. Your actions are fucked. Your results will be fucked. And then your belief will be fucked. So I have to supervise you to make sure you can keep this up on the line. So tomorrow, send me another one. I need to hear the exact same kind of things. You can't just start fucking it up. And now the neural pathways are finally catching up to your autism. You guys are starting to get this, right? It's like, shit, there's so much. Okay. when you look at your first, this another student, when you look at your first video, right? If you stack them up one by one, the first video was really bad. A lot of hunching and a lot of like narcissism when you're nodding. The second video, I mean, the first one was pretty good. The second one, right? Afterwards, you kind of went back down. So this is what they call unconscious incompetence. You gotta be conscious of that. The third one's slightly better. It's only like in between those two. That means you still need to keep working at this until you can reach a conscious competence. It's just not there yet. I think this one, the emotions are kind of fucked. There's a lot of depression in the way you're nodding, and you're not listening to the key words. I've tried with the 50-year-old or 52-year-old student, the white student, the bald guy, the ugly guy. For him, when he's nodding at the right times, he's able to retain more. But because you're not nodding at the right times, you're not retaining more. You're retaining less. Because every time you're narcissistic, right? You're nodding, you're just going through the motions. Your brain is just basically, I don't give a fuck what she thinks. And you're not going to get the key word to thread. And then you just have to do more gamey shit. And at 5'3" or something, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So yeah, you can see how I talk to the students and stuff. But I don't yell at them as much for elite access, but you guys should not be scared. The whole yelling is just the 5 mindsets. Are you guys getting this? If these 5 mindsets means RSD does not need to exist, then you focus on these 5. You got to find the right system, not RSD. And you got to 10x it with 80-20 rule using these 5 mindsets. So this is a secret to life. This is a secret to the magic that you see with the student results. This is too advanced for you guys. It feels like I came back here from the future and explained it to you guys. But I think for you, health, fitness, essentials, right? I think for you, it has really opened up your mental filter. You have realized what is possible. And I only got 2 likes for this video. You guys do not understand it yet. This is too advanced beyond the industry right now. And I can go more advanced. The people you think are advanced are not advanced like RSD. There are simpletons. And there are people that think they're like so great optimized. They're not optimized. They're not part of 80-20. They're just 10xing it. It's like running a fucking ad with a shitty copywriting. 99 people does not buy and 1 of them does. That's like them. So they think more volume, more volume, more volume. They thought if they calibrate it, their copywriting, their writing better, then it'll be like 2 or 3 or maybe 10 of them will buy, right? 80 or 90 would not buy. That'll be more calibrated. Or maybe 20 would buy, 80 would not buy. Maybe it's a cheap product. That's more calibrated. And they can put the volume afterwards when the calibration is there. But there is no calibrations for their shit. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys learn a lot. And like I said, I gotta start fucking video edit. I gotta stop being lazy. I'm gonna see if the hard drives can be fixed. Hopefully I don't lose all the infields. I'm gonna transfer everything out of there. Okay? But eventually I have to start putting some work into this shit. My video editor, has COVID. So my video editor is Filipino. He's like, John, you hate Filipinos. No. But John, you hate white people. No. It's like, I don't care who I work with. You don't like Indians. No. My best friends are Indians and Pakistanis. And the people I work with who does the video editing for me is Filipino. Thank you very much. If you're watching this right now and you're stuck in the office with COVID, I want to say thank you. And friends are all Indian. And even my friends are giving suggestions, like Pakistanis and Indians, are giving suggestions to my other students. Okay? So he's telling my 53 or 52-year-old student how to improve his room. So he's saying stuff like, very dirty. Get simple art for his room, like erotic art with line art. Just store the DVDs away, work material if he isn't using daily. The room's easy, go with white, like sort of like a white theme. You see, that's my Pakistani mentor. I got his opinion, and it's going to help my other student to close faster. His room's creepy for a 52-year-old student. So I'm being teachable now. Now I help the student adapt faster. So get a white IKEA desk, get a duvet. Me and him believe in duvet. Pics of him traveling, right? Blah, blah, blah. Great pic. A couple of them. I have to go. No t-shirts underneath any men's dress shirt. So you can see that when the inner circle, we all know exactly the same thing. He's kind of like Skynet. He's the best day gamer in the world. All his women he bangs in a row, like 15 of them in a row, all 9 out of 10s, right in front of me. He even stole some of the women from me. So that's how good he is. And they are into him more than me. There's a next level of game that the world does not understand. This is the best day gamer I've ever met. I've never seen anything close. And he's all about social skills. It's all about fashion for him. It's about being whitewashed. He has dark skin, but because he's so whitewashed, the women cannot even tell it. It almost disappears, which is amazing. You know, he has a mansion that's great. And good lifestyle. Like he always tells me, lifestyle is the greatest equalizer, status. And he used to tell me, build up your Instagram or something. I ignored him. I was like, fuck Instagram. I like day game, man. I'm kind of stubborn. But the only reason why I'm in the inner circle is because I still can get student results. Otherwise, my membership would be revoked. This is like a secret society of players and naturals. They do exist. You will never meet them. One of my students accidentally met one of them. And he dropped my name. It's like, you know, I'm trained by Johnny Elite, right? And he's like, fuck. And you start opening up. You're invited to meet us on a boat and to hang out. Do you have Instagram? I do have Instagram, but there's no pictures on it. So I don't use it, but my students have good Instagrams. They have 6 algorithms, which is secret algorithms. Most of the Instagrams you see on for the dating coaches have 2 algorithms. Pre-selection, and the other one's lifestyle, like DJ, this, that, lifestyle, and pre-selection. That's it. But there's missing 4 algorithms that my students uses. This is what helped the 52-year-old student to get laid and then get a girlfriend. Some of the other students, they also use the Instagram, but those are for the students with a lower SMV. So my SMV is not super low. And yes, women do find me attractive, but day game, like somebody's saying, well, on Tinder, if it's that easy for you on Tinder, right? You attract the hottest women. It's not like a huge volume of them. I just tested for like less than a week. And the hottest women in BC was about to come on out, young and hot. So John does have looks to the women. You may not think I'm good looking, but the women do think I'm good looking. But I don't have muscles and height. Height matters more and muscles matter more, in my opinion. Most of my students are not good looking. They just have height and muscles and fashion. The fashion raises their look. It puts them in the whitewash tribe, and it makes them look richer. So it hits 3 different algorithms. Hope that makes sense. I hope you guys, only 2 likes. What the fuck? Is this too advanced for you guys right now? I feel like maybe you guys are not ready for this information. This is too much in the future. One of these days, years down the line, you're going to be like, holy shit, John tried to warn us of all this stuff. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. And like I said, in the whole industry, I just can't wait to fucking nuke this industry with nonstop late testimonials. I got to stop being lazy with the fucking video editing. They need to see how much students got laid during COVID. They need to be demoralized completely. You guys have not seen anything yet. I've just been too lazy to compile the fucking Skype and also the infield analysis and the lay pics and also the polls and the screenshots. It's just too much work. No, I want to learn more. What's the next thing you want to learn? We can focus on one more thing in 2 minutes. Somebody was asking me about text game. Does text game matter? Yeah, text game does matter. So whoever tells you text game doesn't matter is just the kind of person that will SMV it. Will basically walk up to every woman and just be like, oh, you got a boyfriend, you got a boyfriend. Like, if they say something like that, then they obviously are thinking in terms of volume and SMVing it with the status. But text game does matter. Unfortunately, it does matter. You can, in text game from day game and night game, texting from day game and Tinder are 2 different things. It's like yin yang. One of them is about getting her out right away. The other one's about keeping her on the line. One of them is about getting her to ask you out, while the other one, you have to ask her out quickly, or else she forgets about you. It changes. Hope that makes sense. Well, John, what do you know about text game? Look at my future infields. Fucking 1 approach, 1 text, 1 meet at my place, 1 lay. That's my day 2s. So it's not just the same day lay shit. It's also the day 2s. 1 approach, 1 phone number closed, 1 conversion, 1 comes out, 1 pull, 1 lay. You have no idea. You know, before I was John Wayne and stuff, I didn't do that much same day lays. A little bit here and there. I did more of the day 2s too. I had a mixture of both and both. Does that make sense? So I still taught body language. in the beginning when I was gaming in late. When I was teaching around 2012, 2013, I still taught them this body language outside in. Is because I didn't care about RSD. And their shit in Vancouver destroyed Vancouver. Their Julian Blanc game has destroyed Vancouver. There's no way you can spin it. They don't have any fucking lay testimonial for their boot camps or anything. Maybe one for their product, but that's about it. All night game testimonials. Julian Blanc's game does not work. Neither does Mystery Method. It is Misery Method. It's bullshit. That's all I gotta say. But tech scheme does exist for someone's asking. Don't use a flow chart for DAYGAME. You can have a rough idea, rough structure. On Tinder, yeah, a flow chart will only flow the white students to the lays because they have the most value. Most value. But try to have a flow chart and a little bit of copywriting. Persuasion through text. Closing through text. If you can have both, it'll be much better. It'll optimize. But text game does matter because my Pakistani mentor is a master of texting. He's so good at texting, he actually finds his flow chart. He does have his own flow chart, but he finds his Tinder flow chart funny. He's not even impressed. I remember asking him before. He's not impressed. He just thinks that he calls it a food app, just like me for Tinder. Tinder testimonials does not count for leg counts. So I just want to make that clear. That's all I gotta say. I just can't believe I'm here. Okay, let's just fucking try to recover the hard drive for now. You just gonna start trying to fix. I'm gonna have to move all that stuff out of there. So hopefully I don't lose all the infields. If I do, I can always get new ones. No problem. You want 10 new fucking infields? Just give me 10 days and point a camera at me. I'll get them on the first fucking approach. If I can't close in the first one, then the day 2 texting should be out. I can even show you all the text. It'll be super easy. He also against RSD. Now I want to learn more. He's also against RSD. If you guys look at my old videos, do you know that? I've always been talking badly about RSD. You guys don't realize that. So let's scroll all the way down to some of my old videos. The stuff that are years ago. I spent my entire career talking about RSD because I saw the devastation they have done to Asian men. RSD is the worst enemy to your results. So if you look at some of the old videos, let me go back. They talk about RSD. So a lot of the students that you see, the old students were RSD victims, most of them. Like this Latino guy. A lot of the students you see that come from RSD, that's why I kept criticizing RSD. I lost some clients in the past because I talked badly about RSD. Look at this one year ago. But this stream about RSD. There's Tyler there. This is already talking about RSD a long time ago. But that's not that long. I even got older videos talking about RSD. You know? These are old videos you don't realize. I've been talking about RSD all this time. It's just people have been turned off. But now I'm thinking like because of the last email that they send me, I have to talk about RSD. There's lots of RSD shit here. See that? Why you should never give validation in DAYGAME. RSD Todd. Wait, hold on a second. Right here. There it is. I've been speaking about RSD for years. There's even older videos of RSD. You didn't realize it's just been hidden in plain sight. Why is RSD like negative? Johnny Elite is positive. This is high vibrational energy. Right here. See that? It's always RSD. Red pill philosophy, RSD, whatever. See that? You just don't realize it. I don't like RSD. I think they're the most dangerous cult in the world. It's just all these years you finally listened to me. You say, oh, self-proclaimed lay account's talking about RSD. I've been talking about RSD longer than he has been talking about RSD. I spent my entire career talking about RSD. I stopped for a little while because people just got turned off. RSD, mental masturbation, high vibrational energy. Right here. RSD, our creepy art pickup artist, sociopath, Mark. See that? There's so much RSD shit here you don't even realize. It's hidden in plain sight. And you should see the old stuff years and years ago talks about RSD. Like we're talking about 3 or 4 years ago, right? As a dating coach, talking about RSD. But you just don't realize it. One second. Just for a while, I didn't talk about RSD. Here's another one debunking RSD. Being in state. I should specify RSD. Digging white dating coaches, dry polls not closing, 1 to 7. Here's RSD Todd with his big hunch. John Elite meets his hero, Dan Pena, for one strategy to defeat RSD. You guys don't think I hate RSD? This is years ago. I went all the way to California just to find out how to defeat RSD right here. Dan Pena. See that? I met him. No joke. Guys, I'm at John International Airport and there's nobody here. Which is really cool and weird.
Some noise for the $50 billion man.
The question is, how do I take out that competition while
Oh, these are the unethical ones.
RSD.
Unethical ones. They have big teams.
Okay, well, I mean, unless they're breaking a law, and unless they're in a country that has a rule of law, and a lot of these guys and gals are not in countries that have rules of law because they're in third, fourth world countries. It's with great difficulty. I mean, other than and I'm not suggesting this, other than metaphorically speaking, they go break their fucking knees.
Mr. Pena, metaphorically break
Yes,
your knees.
So I said I'll metaphorically break your knees. That means legally I cannot say I'll break your knees. But if you guys are wondering whether or not I like RSD or not, or whether this is a marketing tactic, this is not a marketing tactic. I literally think that they're hurting Asian men. I've seen RSD, Julian's technology, ruin so many lives of Asian men. So you're like realizing, holy shit, John's been talking about RSD all this time, but it just didn't realize it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I even call it mystery method over here. And for some reason, this video is 18 and plus. You cannot see it unless right here. Mystery. I make fun of mystery too. I'm 2 years the predecessor of mystery. There's RSD Todd's not scientific. See that? So much RSD shit. So all this time, why not showing your intent is ruining your game? Todd V or RSD Todd. You're like, shit, there's so much RSD shit. So all this time, I'm talking about RSD, but everyone just didn't think I was talking about them. RSD, 1% explosive. This is more recent. You just think I'm just recently talking about RSD, but I've been talking about RSD throughout my whole career. Just nonstop. So why don't you listen? Before, everyone was angry at me for talking about RSD. They say, John, you cannot talk about RSD. But now, 477 late poll testimonials. It's actually 478. The old man, he polled again, but his fucking screenshot was not that good, right? He didn't tell me about the information on the date. He was just sending me the stupid fucking audio of it, so I couldn't use it. But it's 788 late poll testimony. Another fucking poll. Gives a shit about poo infields. Even my white students can get more poo infields than them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm fucking saying. So yeah, I gotta stop being lazy and get to work. I'm gonna put some more content out there. I have to roll up my fucking sleeves, right? And I have to get the fucking videos done because my video editor is stuck in the fucking office and they're not allowed to leave there and use the computer to edit my videos because they might have COVID in the whole fucking office. It's not like he didn't catch COVID before. He caught it like twice or something, but fuck, I mean, stupid. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. RSD is dangerous. I'm speaking to you. Maybe some of you can hear it. White dating coaches don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These tall, dating coaches talking about DAYGAME. They're fucking stupid. Small brains. Fuck. fucking stupid. Like I said, more fucking testimonials are coming. I'm just gonna drop them like Israel dropping on Hamas over and over. But I have to get the video testimonials actually edited. I have all of the videos edited, like the censor in the face. Maybe I should post the rough version first. Then I can add like another 10 of them or something to the testimonial playlist. Do you need a dating coach actually? What do you mean I need a dating coach actually? I am a dating coach. But you see in general, if you need a dating coach, it wouldn't hurt. You know, a lot of people think, oh, he got results, then I'll get results, right? It's not always like that. It's really bottom up. Because if they're tall and stuff, you're like, well, he's a tall white guy, but race don't matter. Then you will not get results. You will not get results. If it was like a tall black guy like Justin Wayne or something, and you're like, oh yeah, I can learn from him. But white people are 8 out of 10 for their SMV. It doesn't transfer. You see what I mean? So it depends on who you learn from. You got to look at the students' late testimonials and you'll become exactly like them. So it depends on the person. If you're learning the wrong system and no matter how much you're being teachable and changeable, you won't get results. So basically what I'm saying is that, yeah, I mean, you can take membership. You cannot learn from your mistakes that easily. You'll build a lot of bad habits. Just like the other student that's nodding right now, he tried to teach himself and he's building a lot of bad habits. But if you go to RSD, you're going to build even worse habits. You go to tall white dating coaches, you're going to build even worse habits if you're a minority. You see that? You go to like a tall black guy like Justin Wayne, you black, you could build even more bad habits. It's look at the student results. If I have the most student results in the game for DAYGAME in the world, most late testimonials, these RSD victims, they don't get it. They're like, well, I don't get what the testimonials mean. It means you're going to get the same fucking results as the other students. So if every student poll or got laid except for 3 of them in my boot camps, since I was John Wayne, maybe you'll become the next fucking later poll testimonial, you dumb fucks. If every program of mine has students laid, 3MP, Kaizen, right? Tech scheme for minorities. There's always one fuck up student, Elite 60, right? 3 months of proficiency. Kaizen, Inner Circle, Johnny Lee Access, which is very popular right now. If they all have students laid in it, then obviously whatever I'm teaching, there is something that's working for the students. Think about it this way. If I were teaching RSD's game or a Charisma King's game, and no matter how hard I try, even self-proclaimed high leg guy's game, no matter how good I am as a dating coach, it will not work. I'll get exactly the same 2 late testimonials because what they're teaching is not transferable. It's not transferable. It's like playing Street Fighter on. I remember when I had a Super Nintendo when I was younger. I got it for Christmas, and there was a game called Street Fighter. If you put the level of difficulty on 8, right, the computer kicks your fucking ass and kicks your teeth in. You get beaten down every single time you jump, every single time you duck. You get knocked the fuck out. But whatever techniques that you spam over and over that works, that is the 80-20 rule. You get it? The 80-20. So, for example, maybe a low kick and uppercut over and over. So I basically teach the students those 2 moves and then transfer overs. If you are like Justin Wayne, your game might be 2 out of 10 because you're black, you're tall, like 8 out of 10 SMV. 2. So whatever techniques like romance that he uses, romance, is not going to transfer to you. That's why he only has like 8 or 9 testimonials, roughly. There's probably like all in total, if you collect from everyone, it'd be about a dozen. Now I'll probably be like, although I didn't directly train under him, I'll probably be enough to be a testimonial. But all his testimonials are instructors. So almost like 80 or 85 or 90% of his testimonials are all instructor level. So it doesn't really count. Doesn't count. Or people with some SMV. Women do find me attractive. I'm not gonna lie. Especially younger women who are super pretty. I attract the women who are very pretty. I don't know why. Sometimes tall women too. So I may look ugly to the audience, but the women do respond to me like I'm an attractive person. So, but I'm short. So that's another thing. That's height matters more, I think, than looks. So he had a Pakistani mentor. I did have a Pakistani mentor. It did play in the beginning, I tried to do everything by myself, okay? And I tried to discard everything, just like the Street Fighter concept. I got rid of almost everything that did not work. I only kept one golden nugget, that one low kick and one uppercut. It wasn't until I got the Pakistani mentor where everything like 10x itself, because he was like a high value natural. These people, when I met the inner circle, the real one in real life, they all are different. They don't like PUAs. They think all of you guys are autistic, creepy, and they hate you. They wanted me to destroy the industry. That was my goal. It's kind of like Ra's al Ghul and I was Batman. Like, their goal was to take down this whole fucking industry. You know that? Infiltrate it and kill, like destroy every dating coach out there. Take it all down. But now the inner circle is saying, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I want it intact. And I was like, fuck. I really want, to make it all crumble. But that was my goal before. That's why they, trained me up. But their concepts are exactly what I'm teaching you. They're all perfect at social skills. You guys barely have 1 out of 10. You see that Indian student? He took like months just to get here. He took like 2 months or something working on this social comfort flow drill just to get it right once. It took a long time, right? Do you think a day game will return? The problem with the day game, right, is right now, a lot of the RSD victims are quitting because now day game is all social skills and body language, social calibrations. That means you need to have a 5 out of 10 game just to survive now. In lockdown 3. Lockdown number 1, you just need social calibrations. The Asians could get laid. Lockdown 2, the Asians and stuff, they needed both social skills and social calibrations. A little bit more, like more social calibrations, a little bit of flow drill. Now you have to be a master of the social skills flow drill and a master of the calibrations. A lot of RSD people have quit. Right now, I think over like 60% of RSD victims already quit for good. They're out of the game. What they're doing for RSD victims in Vancouver, and I told this to that student who's nodding his head there. Okay. I told him like RSD, their plan is to first quit game. Afterwards, they're going to go to engineering school or technical school. Okay. You're already destroying the industry with most tests. I have way more testimony. This is just the beginning. I'm just too lazy. And right now, the hard drive just broke. Like these hard drives just fucking fried. And there's a lot of like half-finished testimonials here. I have to start all over. It's fucking annoying. This one, I have to fish them all out. There's a lot of them here. This is where the Adobe Premiere Pro is. And I don't even know if it works anymore. I gotta see. I just woke up and I was like, fuck. I hope I don't lose my fucking same day late infields and day twos on the first approach. Fucking text game gets her out. Pull and fuck. These stupid poo infields in the industry. 1 is 7 equals a fucking way. Poo infields. So I hope there's not the fucking same day late infields in front of the boot camp students. I hope it's not in here. I really fucking hope it's not in here. I'll be fucked. Because right now I'm not teaching as many boot camps during COVID. But if it's in here, I lose them. So I have to see. But now I'm just like trying to transfer all the infields. I bought these before because I always thought one day I might need them. And it looks like that day is today. So I opened this stuff. But this is how it is as a dating coach. You always got to back up all the stuff that you have. Because one day your computer, right? The components are not going to last forever. They're not. They're just moving parts. There's heat. There's friction. Eventually it's going to break. My laptop broke too. That's just how it is. Heat and friction can break things. So, do you still approach it? Yeah, I still approach during the day, but not as much as before, but I still do it just to keep sharp, and just. Do you think day game return again? So basically what's happening with day game is that a lot of these people are going to engineering school. After engineering school, they're going to do it in a social circle. Okay, in the social circle. Yeah, what's up? So after they do that in the social circle, they're going to use social skills. If they cannot get a white girlfriend, you know what's going to happen? They're going to move to Thailand, the RSD victims. It sounds like MGTOW, doesn't it? Doesn't it? They're both moving to Thailand. RSD victims is going to try to get a job. It almost sounds like MGTOW. RSD has switched to MGTOW, maybe. I don't know. But this is what they're telling me. And I told that to another student in the United States. He says, yeah, most of the guys are quitting, and they're talking about Thailand. They're going to have a big mass exodus, just like the Bible, right? they're gonna have a big exodus and they're gonna move their way to Thailand and live the rest of their miserable fucking lives. Is that weird? What the fuck? RSD victims, if you listen to RSD, you may not be dead in the beginning. You might be thinking, I'm taking massive action. I'm learning from my mistakes. These guys don't learn from their mistakes. They need to be yelled at to learn from the mistakes. Afterwards, around 6 to 8 years, the tumor grows. Does that make sense? The tumor grows. And it becomes cancerous. It becomes cancerous. That's when they leave and quit the game. So RSD is not a cancer, it's a tumor that's benign, but it grows big enough, it becomes cancerous. Right now, a lot of them are RSD victims, have been there for 6 to 8 years. They're going to quit. They're just on the verge of quitting. Lockdown 3 has been too hard. Everyone that dismissed my coaching, and they all say, it's game, it's just game, right? It's not social skills, right? It's all the lines, it's the inner game mindset. All these people, they're going to die. They're going to quit the game right now. We're talking about 60, 65%, a mass exodus. They should have all listened to me. We could have saved all of them. But no, the low self-esteem. John's not having high vibrational energy. Stupid. Like I said, it's outside in first, then is inside out. Then it's outside in, then is inside. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. So I cannot be blamed if RSD destroyed everyone for low self-esteem. And most of the students are now listening to the binaural beats to raise their self-esteem and lower their ego. You see that? So now they can listen. Some of the students are like, oh shit, I can hear my own mistakes now. They're like, before they couldn't hear it. Now they can be like, oh, I can hear the mistakes, right? If they don't do that, so the problem with RSD is they're delusional. They listen to their own infields and they think it's great. It's shit. It's shit. And then they can't hear it. They say, John, I heard it. I thought it was pretty good. Next day, this old student, 53 years old or 52, he does this for a whole day. The whole night, he listened to binaural beats, raising self-esteem, lowering the ego. Now he can hear a little bit of his mistakes. That means the self-esteem is that low and the ego is that high. So it means it'll take him longer to reach like 100%. But that's not a cure. That's just like a ventilator, right? Afterwards, you get your perception open. You still have to be able to build the skills outside in before inside out. Hope that makes sense. Because that's why he's going back to Kaizen. He already got a girlfriend out of it because of the body language and the social calibrations. But don't you think that Thai girls are better than American women? I don't think so. I'm not into Asian women. I have banged Asian women before. I'm not racist. Yeah, but they're easier. I'm not a big fan of Thai girls. They look kind of ugly. If you go into Thailand, then just go for white women who are backpackers. I think that's better. I remember like when my Pakistani mentor, he went with his parents to Thailand to go on vacation. But the women just kept like blowing up his phone and keep contacting him. And he kept meeting them and banging them. And his parents are like, wait, is their son a player or something? They're like, what the fuck? Every single second, the women's texting him, calling him, right? They wonder what's happening. Then they realize for the first time, shit, this is why John's at the mansion, to learn from the best. They didn't know that their son was like that. He kept it so secret. Problem with many, they cheat, have multiple boyfriends. I don't really care that much about Thailand, but now I'm hitting I'm opening a big wound. Everyone secretly is going to go to Thailand. Everyone. That's what I believe is going to happen. All the RSD victims, all the day gamers, that spam approach, bad habits, they're all going to Thailand. I know your secret. I know your secret. John's telling the world. That's your secret. That's the end game. But because you're so incompetent at even making money, getting a job, your mind is so fucked up. Your five mindsets are so fucked up that you couldn't even make enough money to go to Thailand. And I know how you guys think. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if your teachability is really low, your adaptability is really low, right? You can't learn shit. Then guess what happens? Your fucking skill is non-existent. It's not just in day game. It's like in every area of your fucking life. You have no skills because of the autistic. I know. John knows everything about you. So therefore, you don't have that belief in yourself. You can't even make it to Thailand. You couldn't even live there and, have enough money. So you're saving up. I know how you guys think. And then eventually, right, the thoughts, if you feel better when you're over there, when submissive women are more into you because I know, I'm not fucking stupid. I know. John, you don't think I know, but I know. I know. That's all I want to say. I'm not feeling so good. Kind of gassy right now and having a headache. I got to fix the hard drives. and hopefully I can recover whatever I can. I gotta start doing it now. So, but then it means like I better put the stuff out there, or more of the stuff out there, so I don't lose it. Because if this hard drive over here for the Premiere Pro, this is all the boot camps, all the testimonial, if it's all in here in the program, and this thing can go down, right? I couldn't even access it for a while. I figured out how to get back into the hard drive. It took a while. But man, that was a scary situation. I was like, fuck, I'll lose everything here. Then I better put some more of that stuff out there. Maybe even put them on YouTube and put them on playlists first. And then I can always go back to them, fish them out of the playlist, download it again, and then complete it later. Maybe I should post the video test. Should I post all the video testimonials now in that section, but unfinished? I just write the word unfinished on the thumbnail. You guys can hear the testimonials, right? And then I can finish them later and put the LAPIX, right? It's better to get something out. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. 3 likes. You guys don't get it. It's like you guys are so gaslighted by Tinder and so gaslighted by fucking, what they think about DAYGAME. Fucking stupid. Yeah. Fuck. Just took a shower, woke up, and just show up here. Will you ever do an infill of your inner circle, of you in the inner circle? Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I have to censor all the information from the women. Maybe I can play infill for you guys. I'm not gonna do it like live, but data on the phone and stuff like that. But I can show you guys the infill in inner circle. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, maybe I should do that, and then I can break it down and people can hear it. And then I can take it back down afterwards. Most of my infills are very long. It's the social skill flow drill. That's all it is. I don't teach people this stuff. It's all top secret. But the things I'm teaching you, it's the same fucking thing I'm using. And I'm cutting that out because people are bored, but I don't want them to figure out what the flow drills are. If they can do the flow drills, but I don't think they can do it. Autistic students cannot do the flow drill. But I think one day I should post like a full infill and post it into the inner circle. And then, yeah. So, any more questions? You can see somebody's texting me. Good, hopefully.
I think I will sleep like a baby today. This night. Last night I slept like
Okay, this student is another student who was from this forum group, part of the Asian masculinity movement. According to them, a lot of the Asians are very pissed off at the world because they think they're making Asians look not masculine.
3 hours. I was watching movies and I just after this movie, I don't remember the name.
No, it's fucking shit. It's like too narcissistic. Every time she says a key word, you have to nod. You're not nodding at all because it's almost like you don't care. The ego's too high. I hope you keep listening to that self-esteem drill and stuff like that and lower the ego, because if you don't nod at the key words when she's saying it, you cannot retain the key words. Does that make sense? This is why when you're dating strippers and shit, and that's, I'm glad you're dating strippers, right? But that's what you're missing. So you're missing like listening. That's why you only knew 9 things about her. You need to know more during the Insta date. Oh yeah, this student from the Asian masculinity, he's dating white strippers now. Before he was very flustered about dating hotter women, so he came to me for coaching. But if he's already dating strippers and stuff like that, then this debunks the whole Asian masculinity movement in these forum groups. So it's not Europe. It's not Europe. I've been in fields of like wherever, but all right, let's look at I'll show you some of the strippers that he has dated. But he's like, oh yeah, I got to date hotter women than the 52-year-old man. I was like, no, that guy dates like 20-year-old super hot women in Europe. You're like, what the fuck? You have no idea. Like, he's even hotter than strippers, but still, it's like he got humbled. So, hold on, the site's not loading very quickly. Come on, motherfucking site. Open up the blog. I'm trying to click on the fucking blog thing. It doesn't fucking open up. Come on, you fucking site. You motherfucker. If this is what it feels like to be you guys, right? If you guys go into my site and it barely fucking works because there's just too many fucking lay testimonials. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. Okay, let me see if I can get to the blog. Blog. No, not a boot camp blog. Ah, fucking hell. Holy shit. Site loads is slow. No wonder. No wonder. It's not even fucking loading now. It's like, come on, blog, open up, fucking blog. Come on, blog. There it is. Okay. So you want to see this student dating some strippers? You want to see a Chinese student who basically was part of the Asian masculine, the fucking forum group that blames white women and hates they're treating white people like white people are treating Asians bad. No, when you dress more whitewash, women see you as part of the tribe. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this picture. It should be the third blog post down. Holy shit, do I ever write a lot of this stuff? Oh, snap, something went wrong. The blog post has to be reloaded. Is that how it's like for you guys? No wonder this fucking site doesn't fucking work properly. Probably like a lot of you just pissed off because it barely fucking works. But when you got too many late testimonials and shit. Yeah, hold on a second. I swear it's over here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Just hold on a second. Where's this fucking late testimony? No, it's just too fucking long. Just bear with me. Oh yeah. So right here, student is interesting example. He's from this forum group, right, called the Asian masculinity shit. So right here, he's on the left side. He's dating two strippers right here. See that? Wait, hold on. Come on, strippers. Show up. Show up, strippers. Hold on a second. What the fuck is wrong? There it is. So yeah, now he's dating hot women. Before he cannot do it. Now he's dating strippers. You're like, wait, you're saying you got a person from Asian masculinity dating a stripper? I've got a lot of people that are late in this stupid forum group. And he was ego tripping because now he's like dating all these women. So it's him here. Good job. So he's sending me a video and also like other ones. What's up? It's not a big deal. I told him it's not that impressive. It's just dating strippers. He's not fucking them. But it's quite an improvement. So his game is dramatically improved by the flow drills. But it's not perfect yet. You see that? So if this is from your Asian masculinity forum and you guys are blaming the whole society, blame yourselves. Now he's like, insta dating hot women. But he just started. He just started. She's okay. But, it's quite a big mind shift from going from low quality to like higher quality. Now he's used to it. And I taught him, it's like, he's going to get laid eventually. He's going to get laid very soon. Okay. Get laid very soon. Let me see if he's over here. Yeah, this is a student, so. I was gonna call him and then. Yo. Oh no, it's not him. Oh, he's not here right now, so he hasn't heard his critique. But you can see a guy who basically can, bang like 4 out of 10 looking white women once in a while. He's around 5'8", so I can give him the 5'9". He was not wearing the heelless that day or the right pants, but if he did, he would have like. Heard it. All right, let's talk, but do not actually talk about any identifying information online. Okay? So, pick up. Yo, do not say anything identifying online, right? But you are from the, the Asian masculinity shit, right? So.
Yeah, I'm in the Asian masculinity and the Asian identity forum.
Okay. Have you noticed, right? Maybe we can talk here. So don't say anything identifiable about you, okay? But the thing is that, are you starting to realize, right, that you finally dated some strippers, right, in a short amount of time? You realize white women are not against you, right?
No, they're not.
Was that all bullshit? Like the belief system, right? That the whole society due to masculinity. Is it true that by being more whitewashed, even though you only dress half whitewash, right? Did it improve your chances with them in the fashion?
I think so. I will believe so.
Yeah, you only wear half of it, but you have to go back out there next time. Do not say the location that you're day gaming. I'm not sure if you're allowed, but overall, is there anything you want to say to them about this whole limiting beliefs? Especially, I don't think they're listening to me from that forum group. But if you want to tell them something about like white women in general versus Asian men, and how society sees them, like, is there something you want to tell them?
I think a lot of Asian guys don't want to fit in. They just don't want to be white. They want to be Asian, and in that sense, you know, they don't want to. They feel like they don't want to associate themselves with you because you don't want to be associated with them as well.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of a mentality shift, right?
You mean a little bit? I also see a little bit of that Asian pride. You know what I mean? Kind of like like, oh, I'm so proud to be Asian, and we don't want to assimilate, right? Have you noticed that?
Right.
But
yeah,
and I show you a stats before that 42% of the polls they did to Americans, right? Some of them. Can you name like an Asian American, right? And 42% could not name it, and the ones that could name it is like Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, right? That was when you heard that, right? Do you remember that or?
Yeah, we just don't have a lot of role models growing up.
So I'm thinking for the Asian men, they're not dressed well, right? They're getting very much like so much pride and stuff, right, in themselves, but they're invisible. They're almost like interchangeable. Nobody knows the difference. We're not like in general. The Asians are not standing up for anything, and they're against me. That's stupid. So, and also about social skills, right? When you work on a little bit more social skills, do you see how powerful it is compared to just game tactics?
Yeah, I realize I'm actually able to have a conversation, which I was never able to have. It's usually where you from? What's your name?
Jan lifestyle, or that fucking like the autistic lifestyle, like Julian Blanc shit, right? Like, where are you from? Are you from Vancouver, or how old are you? Right, that autistic shit, right?
Yeah. I said all those lines, but now I'm able to have a better conversation.
So now that you can date strippers and stuff, right? We're gonna work on the polling tactics and stuff. I want to talk about a little bit about the nodding exercise. Like I said, the key words, right, in the audio is very important. So whenever you hear a key word from her, like, oh, she's like, oh yeah, I work as a nurse. Those times you're not nodding, right? But if you're nodding, I'm a nurse, right? You have to hit them right away, like Bruce Lee. You know, the intercepting fist. You have to be nodding at that moment because she's always gonna be looking at your face to see whether or not you are, paying attention at that time. So when she said, "Oh, I'm a nurse," that's when you nod, like, right? You see, sometimes you don't move your head that much because you're not picking up the keywords. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're saying that when they stop with the sentence.
No, right? not when they stop. It's whenever in the middle of a sentence there was a very important key piece of information. So she might say, okay. I'm a nurse, but at home, so that's when you nod. I'm a nurse. You nod. But at home, to relax, I also do a little bit of yoga and stretching, right? So the keywords is that she's a nurse, and at home she does yoga and stretching. If you were not nodding at that time, right, like right, you will not pick up those keywords. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
And it doesn't always have to be literal. You don't have to just talk about nurse. Speaking of nurses, and that, you can literally think about the context. Maybe the context when you mix all the words together, right? The keyword is nurse, and the keyword is relaxation. It may be talking about COVID-19, right? Maybe you can talk about COVID-19 as a comment. Speaking of COVID-19, I also been very stressed, right? I also do this to relax. I'm just curious, right? Blah, blah, blah. So the context is just as important. A lot of the RSD victims and stuff, they're always thinking very surface level. I hope that makes sense. So, but you have to nod at those times. So for the older student, when he nods like that, right? We played a game, like a practice drill. I give him like maybe 5 or 6 different things to see if he can remember them all, right? And then he has to nod at those times. And then when that happens, he was able to only remember 5 out of the 6. When the time he does not nod properly, actively listening, it does not absorb that information. Hope that makes sense. So for
It does. It does.
so when you practice, right, using the laptop, I want you to nod at the right times and to see how much of the keywords, if you pause it and you play back the video, how much of the keywords can you retain? So you can thread it. So
Understood. I think I do have problems kind of remembering very fine details.
so
I don't listen, so that is something that I need to work on.
yeah, the more you work on the, raising the self-esteem, the binaural beats, and lowering the ego, right, the more the keywords you hear. And I'm glad that so far you just started doing this exercise. I've noticed how much more action you're taking compared to before, because your mind is more teachable, right? It's more changeable, and it's amazing that. Okay, I want to talk about the ego thing. Maybe some of the people in these forum groups, like RSD people and the Asians, have you noticed that when you listen to the binaural beats, right? You know what I mean? That raising the self-esteem, does that lower your ego and make you take more action? Like, tell them about it. How does it feel like? 5 hours a day.
I feel like I gotta do something. I feel like if I don't do something or do what I want to do in life, I feel like I let myself down. So that's part of the initiative that I'm feeling. Just listening to the beats.
Have you noticed that you get less offended? Like, a lot of RSD victims are very offended all the time. Low self-esteem, high ego. Did you feel like a little bit less offended or something when I'm giving you instructions and you could follow it better? Less handbrakes?
Yeah, of course. Yep, of course.
So remember last time I told you to take the pictures, right? To update the WhatsApp and, the Instagram and stuff like that?
Mhm.
I've noticed how fast
Right.
you actually took the action. You took the initiative. Right? That was very different than resisting just like a couple hours back before you're doing it for 1 hour. Can you tell me about like what happened there? It's like there's no handbrakes for some reason. You're out there faster than I can imagine. I got a tripod, John. Okay? I got the pants, right? I got the dress shirt. What happened? Like, what the fuck? You're like a fucking Terminator, or a hitman just going out there. I'm gonna get this no matter what.
Yeah, I just feel like I have to do it. I have to get results. And it wasn't close by the way. I just told you it actually was like a 42-hour drive.
Holy
just
shit.
down to the coast. So just heads up.
No, that's fucking impressive. That initiative, right, that you took, because you're raising the self-esteem, right, lowering the ego. This could potentially be the cure for all pickup artists. It's not the cure, but it's a temporary, like, for 7 days or 10 days, where it raises like your self-esteem. You can hear more of your mistakes, right? So right now, if you did that binaural beats, I want you to look back at your video after giving you the critique, okay? I want you to see,
Okay.
Are you listening to the keywords? You should be able to spot your mistakes this time. In the past, you may not be able to see it with the ego. It almost overrides your perception. You see something else. But this time you'd be like, oh shit, I'm not nodding as much. John's right. So I think that's a good thing too. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say for today on the YouTube Live. Thank you for being here and telling that the self-esteem is important. And I think if we can get all the Asians to raise their self-esteem like this, right? What do you think will happen in the world? PUA, forum groups, everything.
I think we'll kill it. I think that's what I think. I think that's what we need to do. I think we gotta kill it.
How do we get them to listen to this audio for 5 hours a day until they can not get offended by me? How can we do it? I don't know how to reach out to them. They're not listening to me. The self-esteem is too low. Well, I think the very fact we're talking about, right? Maybe I don't think they're subscribed to me. I think they fucking hate me. But if they listen to me, right? This could be a big game changer. The whole vibrational energy, let's not get offended. Like John's like not having high vibrational energy, he's yelling to. I think they'll be less offended and they'll start to improve their lives. So
yeah, no, I think you're just here to help. I think a lot of people are skeptical, but you're really here to help, John, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
When you know me better, right? Do I seem like there's a dog barking outside, but hopefully this microphone does not pick it up. It's a corduroy. Okay, but basically, when you know me better, a lot of people think John's just mean and just punishes all day, right? Am I like that, or am I? Tell him.
Well, you're definitely a tough teacher. Not gonna deny that. But you have the best of heart for all your students. I think ultimately you want everyone to succeed. And I think that's actually the most important.
And you can actually see that, but they cannot see that. They're going to assume that I'm just a sadistic drill sergeant, but there's actually a nice side to this whole thing, basically.
Yeah, I mean, when you're updating, helping to filter my Instagram, I kind of saw it. I was like, look, this guy's really just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
Right? This guy knows something that you don't know.
Yeah.
And, I think growing up, a lot of us never really have a role model or someone to, kind of look upon for help, right?
All right. And also, I forgot what I was going to ask, but I think you made the most important points, that I'm not like against, like, a lot of people got me wrong. I'm really there to help. And I do talk about the 5 mindsets. Is that true? I'm trying to teach RSD victims that teachability, changeability, skill. This is not
Absolutely.
this is not some bullshit that I just made up, some woo-woo bullshit, right? This is actually, you've been learning about this in Elite Access. Am I right?
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't able to have a conversation. Usually I say, where you from? Oh, what'd you like to do? And then like 5 seconds later, I freeze. I'm like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to have hours of conversations, and
I think overall, you'll get laid very quickly. My prediction is like less than 2 months. I'm thinking 1 month and maybe like 3 weeks. 1 month. I can tell by how teachable you are right now. Okay. This is going to be in a different city, I believe, but the lays will be very epic. You make sure you get the evidence for it, of course. Do not be freaking out. But based on your mindsets, I'm scoring it, right? It was before you were 8 out of 50, right? Now you're like way higher. Your teachability has gone up to like 6. So 6 plus changeability, a little bit faster, maybe around 3. So that's 9. And skill index, skill is not super high. It's still like maybe 2 right now. That's right, 11. Your believability is higher because of the dating of strippers. So 11, it's around like maybe 4, 12, 13, 14, 15. And your thoughts and feelings are improving a lot. So it's around 4. So 15, that's like 19 out of 50. Does that make sense? By opening up more of the mindsets, right? And you have to work on your changeability. Your results will happen much faster, and the skills need to level up. So we got to be very aggressive with these drills, right? For the flow drills and the right body language to flow, the right tonality and stuff. I believe once we can crack this, then you just have to worry about teasing and flirting at the right times, and some pole tactics, some objections dealing, some sexualizing it, and how to deal with the bedroom and how to pull and how to close. I think this you have this in the bag, but we can go faster than one month and 3 weeks. But it depends on your mindset too, because you got to work on the outside in. I talked about this earlier on the YouTube live. Outside in first, and then when you're stuck, then we go inside out, then outside in again, inside out, outside in. But you always have to start with outside in. Hope that makes sense.
Yep, absolutely.
It's all a game of skill and value plus skill. All right, that's all I gotta say to you today. I'm not feeling good. My stomach's kind of fucked up, but thank you for being out here and letting them know that I'm not some evil fucking dictator as they think, right? I'm not like that. None of my students even believe that for a second. You know that? They all see a nice side. Of course, let's not beat around the bush. I am like very disciplinary, right? This is not. That's true. I will push you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like I said, you're not you're definitely a tough teacher.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie about that, but I do care. Tough, but care. Tough love. I'm not here to spin things. It's just it's better that they at least know, right? Like they have no idea.
Right.
And since you're gonna be the one from the Asian masculinity forum, right? Banging like a fucking hot white woman soon, right? And you're dating strippers, right? You're gonna be like lighting up the beacon to the hope for the mankind of Asian, right? So they don't get punched in the back of the head over and over because of the Wuhan flu, right? They're blaming the Asians, who basically 42% of them, the Americans, they don't even know a single Asian American. They're thinking, well, we're being model citizens. No, you're being invisible. You need to be a positive stereotype. That's all I say. Yeah, so social skills, social calibrations. But yeah, anyways, good talking to you. I'll keep in touch. Keep working on the drill. Send it tomorrow, okay? Again. but
Okay.
with all the corrections, and I'll take a look. But always aim to be better. Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect, but do not repeat the mistakes, basically. Okay? You're fine.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. All right, later.
Thank you.
Yeah, no.
Take care.
So, okay. I'm utilizing your keywords, comments, open-ended questions. Can you transition to? And can transition to the vibing with girl? It's off when I do the vibe. It's sporadic. What am I missing? The thing is that the body language. Oh shit! These guys are trying to reverse engineer my technologies. Maybe your tonality. It's a little not your tonality. What drives the tonality, right? Is that if I say blah blah blah, right? So if I stick out the chest, blah 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 blah. It sounds more confident. Blah blah blah. If it's a little bit fearful, stick out chest more, chin up. Blah 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 blah. You get this smile on your face. See that? You start to smile. And then when you flow differently. That's what's missing. You're missing Elite 30. So I suggest you get Elite 30 and you probably get laid very quickly. So whoever you are, whoever is asking me this question, okay, Andrew LW. If you get Elite 30, that's what you're missing. You're missing the social calibrations and the congruency. If you can do that, fucking lay very quickly. So you realize it's not always about game. The game, that means the more social skills and social calibrations you have, and the more emotional control, and that's done by the body language that changes the emotion. I think I'm giving you guys way too much information. I want to see more students buying my products and stuff so I can train directly with you. You guys think you can learn everything here, but there's a difference between knowing something and drilling it down to the point where you can do it. Hope that makes sense. You may know, but it doesn't mean you can do it. It takes skills. I like to train you. I like to train more of you. And I hope that I got through to somebody here, that something clicked today. I hope something like, I didn't know that. Like, shit, there's so much more to learn about game. It is not complicated. It's a skill-based game. So I watched your stuff for free and I got laid. Oh, congratulations. So you're a testimonial, just getting laid, right, just by watching my stuff. Can you tell the story of what happened? Like, what exactly happened and where were you? And was it a same day lay or was it like a day two, or what ethnicity was she? Stuff like that. I want to know the details right out. That's pretty interesting. But I'm not surprised. You're not the only student that got laid just by listening to the YouTube live stuff. So quite a few did. So a couple of students are now like married, and one student's going to propose, a guy who got laid on the boot camp. He's going to propose to his girlfriend, I think sometime this week. A couple of other students, they already procreated. Some of them already got married. So there's a lot of things I didn't know. Yeah, I watched your stuff for free and I got laid. But that's very good. So that's very good. So success leaves clues, right? Just sometimes if I'm not always posting all the lay testimonials, I'm being a little bit lazy. You can see that success leads to this. Like clues. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So congratulations on your lay, right? I can't use it for a testimonial, right, unless I screenshot this. But yeah, I don't know who you are. But congratulations. And all right, it's almost 3 hours. And I didn't plan to be here. But it got late, that's great. If you can write the details before it ends 3 hours. I got a lot of students that want to Skype with me because it's the summer coming. And a lot of people have already quit DAYGAME because they listened to the wrong coaches. Game is not going to work anymore. You're going to have to wait till pandemic is over before you use a gaming tactics. You can use social skills, social calibrations first. And then when the pandemic is over, you can bring back the game or use the playbook on top of it. But you don't need that. You just need these two. Right now. Right now. If there's lockdown 4 that happens, you might need like this in game. And lockdown 5 would be like emotions too. But right now, these two can cover most of it. Lockdown 1 is just social calibrations right here. So, shit, I've been giving you way too much value. I don't want people to get the idea that just because I'm giving you so much information or wisdom, you can just fuck what. I don't want to train with John. I just get laid here. I also want to train you because that makes it faster. Hope that makes sense. You're paying for speed. You're paying for wisdom. You're paying for speed. You're paying for wisdom. So, aren't social skills game? Let me ask you a question. How many PUAs actually have social skills. RSD victims. No, they have the different version of social skills. It's called the gamified version. It's called socio skills. SOCIO skills. Okay, socio skills. They sound autistic compared to the inner circle. The inner circle has perfect social skills. I heard them speak. My Pakistani mentor, when he's talking to people, was like, you know what's great? That's great. Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing right now? Yeah, I've been through the same situation too. Oh, that's really rough. I was like, holy fuck, that guy can change his tonality and his social skills, his small talk to match everyone. Get compliance. And the way he speaks is like amazing. Way better than I can do. And when you listen to like Julian Blanc's game, are you from Vancouver? Self-amusement. How old are you? Self-amusement. What do you do for fun? Do you text? I'll send you away. It sounds autistic. And RSD is even more autistic. Todd Valentine. Hey guys, I thought you were very cute or adorable. Yeah, someone come by and say hi. This boy's talking to this girl, and the girl's talking to this boy. My name's Todd, by the way. So what are you doing right now? So look at that, so adorable. He's hunching like crazy, and he's sounding autistic as shit, and he's trying to sound gamey. No matter how much he hunches, right? You can even see his new thumbnail. He will never close. That's why he has 2 fucking poo infields at night, and 2 fucking late testimonials. Except one guy says he's third. That's it. So if a girl thanks me for the conversation, does that mean I did the flow drill right? No, it means like you're too platonic and your body language is shit. So if she's thanking you for the conversation, it means you didn't create the man to women. You know how the attraction gradually spikes as you get the elite 30 down, and it goes high and high. You don't just spike it. You don't just have a push pull here, spike it, flirt here. It's more like the longer you can keep the flow drill, the more that spikes up the attraction. Do you see that? So what you're doing is you're not building enough of the attraction because you probably lack facial expressions, and you also lack the right body languages for all this stuff. You need more training, and you need more practice. Hope that makes sense. Do you have a Toronto boot camp? No, I have a lot of students from Toronto and stuff. They come over here. I'm not going to Toronto. I'm not even vaccinated. Let's just say that. But I do have a boot camp in Vancouver. And every single student, since I was called John Wayne, has pulled or got laid except for 3. So basically, it's not a comfort camp, guys. It's a camp for being more coachable, more adaptable, skill-based, to build your belief so that way your thoughts and feelings are correct, so your vibe is correct, and the women will fuck you. This is not a comfort camp. It's not about positive reactions here or taking massive action. You close or you fucking die. That's how my boot camp is like. It's not for everyone. There are plenty of boot camps out there that are comfort camps. If you guys are not ready to handle something like this hardcore, and waste, I don't give a fuck. Go to comfort camps. This is not for everyone. But yeah, I do teach in Vancouver. But right now, since it's all locked down in Vancouver and Toronto, they'll open up eventually. But you could get fined too if I teach in boot camp. If I get caught, I can get fined $5,000. But it's okay. But I'm not vaccinated because I have a needle phobia. So right now I'm just that's why I'm not promoting the boot camps hard. Even though I have nonstop fucking boot camp like documentaries of students getting laid and pulling. So it's nonstop. It doesn't end. It goes on forever. I've only posted like a fraction. I think there's over 38 or 40 or something like there's something like that many. So if a student, I remember some people claim that they took my boot camp or something, and I don't think they did. There are people that says, "Oh, I took John's boot camp. I didn't get you didn't take my boot camp." There are some people that claims that shit. I say, show me their fucking deposit. They haven't taken my boot camp. So, are Indian guys doing good? I have a lot of Indian students that are laid. If I just look at the video testimonials, I can show you. Let's see. We just go to my YouTube. How's that? Yeah, but Indian students do pretty fucking good. I have a lot of Indian students laid. Okay, testimonials. So this guy's Indian. The guy you heard audio. Another guy from India. Indian student got married. These are just the video testimonials. There's many more screenshot ones. Here's an Indian who in Australia, he got laid nonstop. Here's a 5 foot, this is a very short Indian guy. He's like 5 foot something. He's like 5'4", bald Indian. Another guy from India, got a few lays. My best friend, who just helped me film Elite 30. He did not learn Elite Playbook or any game. This guy in the boot camp. Hopefully I didn't lose his clips in it from the hard drive. But he pulled and he got laid at home. Got like 5 lays or something, white girls. This guy got married. Same guy. This guy got 2 girlfriends, Indian. Here's another Indian guy. He banged like women of Asians, white, Latinas, and stuff like that. You see that? He changed a lot over here. I think this guy's married now, but I have no idea of how, of his day game or something else. But yeah, I got so many Indian students laid. And this is just the screenshots. I mean, this is just the videos. If you had to put all the screenshots, it'll be double of this. So it doesn't even matter if you're Indian. You don't, just because you're Indian doesn't mean you automatically have to go to a person that's Indian, because they may not be perceived exactly the same way that you think they are. The women might perceive them as a different ethnicity or a better one. It's just like you don't have to automatically go to a white dating coach because you're white. Like the London student, he didn't listen to me because I was not white. He went to London Day Game and he went to Todd Valentine and he did not get laid. He nearly killed himself. And then he finally listened to me after I got him 1 lay. He's like, John's the only one that got me results. Then he got 10 fuck buddies, 11 lays, and 5 some in Day Game. And then 2 models, the sisters, and he has a model girlfriend. He's exited the game. Because he was like, oh, John's not white. I don't want to listen to him. Then now he listens to me. Then you got black students. Black students are the ones who don't make the video testimonials. They're the most ungrateful of all the ethnicities. The black students, because they're Justin Wayne fans. He black, I vote Obama. Obama. You see that? I vote Obama. There's no critical thinking. Because Justin Wayne could not get them laid, they got pissed off at me. You know, John Wayne got them laid. It's like, I don't want the yellow fucking, dog eating, not joking, Asian fucking getting me laid. I don't eat dogs, by the way. I'm just stereotyping the Wuhan food. So they don't like that. But however, my other black student over here, he's in the army right now. There are some black students here. He's in the military right now, and even the first approach for some of these guys, like 2 fuck buddies, and this guy got like a same day lay over here, this black student, on the first approach after a Skype. I think he's married now, or I'm not sure he's engaged, but I'm glad that, at some point that I was part of it, that gave him some skills. So many students are now engaged or laid after many, many years. They're getting older, and some of them want to settle down. Isn't that weird? Lots of people. And some of them are fathers. So, but this is I should read out all the lay testimonials from the screenshots, because it'll be like double or triple. It'll be over 100 and something video test. If I can read them out and maybe put my face here in the corner, and then on the background, you can see the screenshots, right? And then I can explain the whole situation, show the WhatsApp conversations. I think that's a good way of doing it too, because they may not made a video testimonial, but they still got laid too. So, but a lot of black students, they really do not make video testimonials. I don't know why. Very, very ungrateful. Very, very ungrateful. So I'm going to read them out first. One black student who's a medical field. Piece of shit. But yeah, I got so many Indian students laid. You have no idea. So, are Indian guys doing good? Yeah, they're doing fine. There's no disadvantages of being Indian. Just be whitewashed Indian, and you'll be fine. Indian people can look like different ethnicities. So, you can see my old roommate. He looks like he's Latino. He looks like he's Latino. So he doesn't look. And he's Indian. He has an Indian accent, but nobody actually knows that he's Indian, even in Mexico.
How's my girlfriend? Amazing, emotional, and I got sex. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, another family. Yeah, the Argentinian girl. Yeah, right. She's coming tomorrow to my place. So we're gonna have some good time. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to him, he filmed Elite 30. Right, without him, I wouldn't even have the program. It's an Asian guy. Asianness doesn't matter. Well, like I said, Queefing Casanova has like less than 5 late testimonials in DAYGAME or something. 5. I get that in 1 week, right? Normally, I get 10 late testimonials when I was John Wayne. During COVID-19, I have more fucking late testimonials than him. So who gives a fuck what he thinks, right? Mr. 5 or 6 late testimonials, talking to the guy with 477. That's his opinion. But my opinion is that I get nonstop fucking students laid, even during COVID. I mean, I used to post 10 fucking testimonials in 1 week and 40 in a fucking month. So who gives a shit what Queefing Casanova thinks? Right? Fucking 6 late testimonials or 7, whatever it is. Him and JT Tran has less than 10 for DAYGAME. Less than 10. So why the fuck would I give a fuck what other Asian people say? Right? Where's their excessive late testimonials? Where is it? Just stick to night game and get the fuck out of my way. Stupid. So who gives a shit what they preach? As you can see, by trying to be Asian washed, and 42% of the people cannot even tell a single Asian American actor. If that's the case, then why are you trying to be Asian washed? I look Indian. Yeah, just try to look whitewashed, right? I'm not sure what you look like, but try to look more whitewashed. That's why I give it a thumbs up if you guys are getting this. It's already over 3 hours. If I make this too long, you guys would just completely be like, oh, I'm fucked up, right? Like literally, like nobody can even talk shit because they ain't shit. They have no fucking late testimonials in DAYGAME to even be on the same fucking platform as me. Not Queefing Casanova, not any of these Asian dating coaches. And you got this fucking rocket science, like JT, I'm not saying he's a scam, but JT Tran, he's not smarter than me. These guys, they think they're really smart, but they have low IQ compared to me. Right here is a lot higher. I'm like 20 points higher than these motherfuckers. So that's the funny thing. Their IQ is like here, even though they're like really like high level, they're over 150, but it's too low compared to me. They're dumb little fucking idiots. So don't get me wrong, you're better, but because you don't deny race and learn how to work around that squat. Well, he can deny it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you look at how many students laid for DAYGAME, right? And that does all the talking. Night game has less skills. So the testimonials still count is better than Tinder. Tinder does not count. But if they're getting mostly night game testimonials and maybe a occasional DAYGAME testimonial here and there, they don't compare to me. It's not even like when you can divide 7, right? Let's just say hypothetically, just to be nice. Let's say he had around 7 late testimonials for Asians. Okay? They're 477. They're actually 478 now, but yeah. Divide by 7. How many times more late testimonials and polls do I have compared to him for DAYGAME? I have 68 times. And Drew, 68 times more than Queefing Casanova. And compared to, a self-proclaimed high late count guy, I have 238.5 times more late testimonials than he does. Because he has 2 for DAYGAME. And the screen's all covered. Todd Valentine has 2, but now he has 3 because the other student was one of the people that got some results from his stuff. So that's 3, right? So let's divide Todd Valentine. So 477 divided by 3. 100. I got 159 times more than Todd Valentine. Congratulations, Todd. Now you got 3. Okay. Another dating coach. You can just do the math. The math and the student results speak for themselves. And this other student you heard on the phone, he's going to be like the next Asian one, and he's going to debunk all this stuff about, you could be more Asian. Yeah, I would rather you be more whitewashed during COVID-19 because you guys are getting beaten up. There's 141 times more hate crimes towards Asian men now and Asians are getting beaten up. My students do not get beaten up because they're dressed whitewashed. These people don't even consider them the same as the Wuhan wash. So you can be all this Asian pride shit after COVID-19 is over, until the economy recovers, until they've forgiven you. But until that happens, I would recommend dress whitewash. Why make it harder on yourself? If so many students are getting laid for COVID-19 for my one, then just follow the fucking template. Stop making it harder on yourselves. Asians have so much fucking ego. That's why they have to dress Asian wash with Asian pride. They got so much fucking ego. They're like, well, I'm having Asian pride. I'm not assimilating. I'm having a Wuhan wash hair. But guess what? 42% of Americans can't even name one fucking Asian person besides Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan. You haven't done shit by being Asian pride. Most of you have been the invisible minority, camouflage. You think by being the model minority that they can tell you apart. No, they can't. And I even posted an article here on my Facebook about how Asian Americans, they can't even tell them apart. And here's the article. Only Asian men will understand this. The cost of being, New York Times, the cost of being interchangeable Asian. You see that? This is actually a real article. Shit. Now they're not letting me view the article. But there's an article called The Cost of Being Interchangeable Asian. And they're talking about, oh, for fuck's sake, that all Asians, they look the same. They don't stand for anything. And other people, even in the office, they mistaken them for a different coworker, the different names. That's what Asians are like. Asians are so full of narcissism and so offended by me. And they're blaming white people and black people in New York for beating the shit out of them. They're angry at Johnny Elite when my students are getting results, changing the world. They just want to have this Asian pride. You don't stand for anything, guys. 42% of Americans do not know who the fuck you are. Where the fuck is all the Asian celebrities? They know K-pop artists better than they know your dumb fucking ass. Like, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. This Asian masculinity forum, just pissed off. Oh, they're beating us up, right? Every article. Look at them. We need to unite. What the fuck are you doing? You're not standing for anything. You're just full of pride, Asian pride, or Asian ego, Asian narcissistic personality disorder. That's what I'm saying. Why do Filipinos do good even if they're short? My Filipino students actually do the best. The Filipino students are a little bit on the sociopathic side. They're like passive aggressive. So they like to wear a mask and stuff. And what that does is they pull. I always say they have to pull like a Filipino. A Filipino will pull like, you know how like if you're a boxer, right? A Mexican person, they're really good at boxing because they're willing to fight until they're burger or until you're smashed in a trillion pieces. But the Filipinos, right? The Filipino students are very similar in mentality. They'll pull or die. Literally, no matter what it takes, the Filipino student will pull as hard as possible. There is no mercy. The Chinese students are timid and autistic and Asperger's like. The Korean students have more social skills. Not all of them, but some of them. But the Chinese are really, really, the Chinese students are timid and autistic and Asperger offended. But Filipinos, holy fuck, when they pull, they pull. They pull hard. They pull harder. And the Vietnamese students are too offended and they're like, they're always ego tripping. They're always never listening to the women. They're always nodding. They don't give a shit. But the Filipinos, they can wear a mask. Mask is standard. That's what makes them so good. They are aggressive even if they're short. They're like a pit bull. They'll chew on her and they won't let. It's like a bulldog. They'll chew on her and the jaw gets stuck. They will not let go until she's at home. And that's what I like about teaching the Filipino students. Most of them my Filipino students will always beat like the other ones. Chinese are not bad, but it depends. The Chinese ones are usually like taller or they're better looking. But the Filipino students overcomes like the Vietnamese students any day of the week and overcomes the Chinese all the time. This is just the truth. I'm not going to spin things. All the Asians are not the same. They're not the same. I've taught them all. Every Asian race. They're different. They all do behave the same. This critical race theory is because their environment. No, it's all about mentality. And And I don't hate Filipino people. I don't. Like a lot of they backstab you all the time. I had a lot of Filipino friends growing up in high school. They all backstab you because you're Chinese and you're not Filipino. It happens all the time. And even my video editor is Filipino. So I'm not discriminating or racist against Filipino. I have lots of Filipino students, even right now. So, in lots of Vietnamese students. So it's not like I discriminate against them at all. And the Filipino video editor, he knows other people backstab him around him. Even my other student, who I'm going to post next, if I can just get around to it, he's also Filipino. The guy who just got laid. He's 5'11". He's going to be the next testimonial I want to post. And after that, I'll post the boot camp clips of a white student. But yeah, Filipino students are way better than the other races by far. Way better. And sure or not, they don't give a shit. They're going to pull so hard. Like the way they pull, it's like do or die. It's like a battle of Normandy. They'll do whatever it takes to get across the fucking machine gun fire. That's what I like about them. So, any more questions before I go? I'm getting kind of dizzy. If not, train with me. That's all I'm saying. Get my courses and train with me. And it'll speed up the process. Otherwise, you guys are going to burn out and quit during COVID-19. Most of you, the RSD victims, I'm saying this will be your last year of game. My condolences. RIP. Rest in peace. This is your last year. If COVID-19 lasts till next year, I guarantee you more than 80 or 78% of RSD victims will quit. Without social skills. You have no chance. If you're not dressing whitewashed, you're going to make it harder on yourself. You'll quit. That's all I'm saying. All right, cool. Anyways, see you next video. I have no idea what the next topic is. Or should I post another testimonial? It's up to you guys. Or should I post like a boot camp documentary? What do you guys want to see? Testimonial, Asian student, lockdown 3. Another video, kicking RSD in the face or white dating coaches. Or you want to see like another boot camp. Up to you. I can always switch the boot camp clip to another student, but it's just this Filipino video editor. He's already edited the white students boot camp. So it's good to go. If I can find it. I think it's in this hard drive. It's already fucked up. Hopefully I can fish it out. So, or should I just post another advice video? Maybe you have some of the old advice when I was in California. I don't know. Like I said, I don't plan these things. I just sort of go on here, right? Here's a microphone I just bought, right? And I just speak my fucking mind. So I just got this new one recently that sounds a little bit better, right? Hey guys, stop listening to tall ogres and the poo infields. They like to poo, whatever the fuck that is, because they're gassy. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about with 2 late testimonials. See, now I can be like Joe Rogan, right? So yeah, guys, I'm Joe Rogan, and you know what's great about that? The thing about, this social skill thing. I'm really digging it. I'm Joe Rogan. And a lot of people, they talk about social skills, but they never really use it in game. They don't. Because when they talk about that, why do you think that is? Right? Hey, I'm Anthony Fauci here. The reason why I think that they're not using it for game is because they're clueless. Oh yeah, I did sponsor the Wuhan lab. Oh, my bad. Right? Hey guys, RSD Todd here. Yeah, I'm like a boy and talking to a girl. I want to tell you real quick. What? I want to tell you real quick. What? I want to meet you real quick. Okay. By the way, oh nice. Oh wow, cool. Oh nice. Yeah. And let's see what else. Hey, it's RSD Tyler here. Hey. So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm doing right now. Oh my god, I'm talking. Give me a hug right now. Okay. Hi guys, this is JT Tran here, and I want to talk about Asian masculinity, and that's the most important thing about Asian masculinity. Hey guys, this is Kong here, and I'm from Simple Pickup. My system is bullshit. Hey guys, this is Jesse, and I want to talk about down talking, where it's the most important thing of all. And that's what, hey guys, it's Justin Wayne here. Yeah, I mean, you can get a high five for that, you know. Oh my god, you got some Jamba juice. Oh, by the way, oh, you're Russian? Oh, cool. I love Russian girls. It's like, I can imitate all the other dating coaches if I really want to. This is London DAYGAME. I just want to say you look nice and look posh. I had to come by and say hi. Ew, you look like a squirrel. You look like you are doing this and that. I disagree with you. I'm gonna give you a compliment, and I'm gonna take it away. Crikey! It's like I can imitate them all. Let's see who else. What other dating coaches is there? Like I can literally imitate all of them if I wanted to. But yeah, I think that's I need to stop playing around with this microphone because it's like Joe Rogan here, and yeah, you can see why it's so important to learn the difference between the social skills. Hey guys, this wait, hold on, sorry. This is like fake news. I want to do like Donald Trump, and this is the fake news. This is the fake news media. They don't know what they're talking about. It's Donald Trump here. I need to work on this impression. Sounds kind of like Fauci. Hey, this Arnold Schwarzenegger, talking like on the YouTube live. Like I'm gonna pump you up. You gotta learn from Johnny Elite. You gotta learn to be elite. Learn the social skills. Like, get to the chopper. Yes, you gotta learn from Johnny Elite. He's like Yoda. Yes, you learn from the Force. He does. Oh, I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2. I am Darth Vader. Don't choke on your aspirations. Oh, yes. More unlimited power. I'm the Emperor. I am the Emperor. Yes. I can feel your strength, Luke. Flowing from your veins. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so anyways, I need to stop playing around with this microphone. It's kind of fun, like Joe Rogan over here. And yeah, that's the thing about UFOs and why it's so important to identify flying objects. I mean, the whole thing really like makes you think at night, you know, when you're taking your DMT and stuff like that. You're tripping and stuff. So why do you think that is? Are they related to the UFOs? It's like, let's see, Jordan Peterson. Hey guys, this is Jordan Peterson, and I'm going to talk to you about why it's so important to learn social skills. Without social skills, you can't really make it too far in DAYGAME. So what other impressions should I make? Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about this is important that you listen to John Elite and get off the benzodiazepine. This is so stupid. What am I doing? I should cut this part out. Let's see what other dating coaches. I don't know. I don't have any competition, so I don't really care. Who else should I imitate? Fuck it. Let's just end this conversation here. Yeah, let's just end this conversation here. Or I'm just gonna hunch like Joe Rogan and I'll be like talking like him all day. And yeah, I mean, you can see why it's so important to really learn how to socially calibrate. Because a lot of people don't really learn how to socially. Hey, RC Tyler here. It's high vibrational. Hey, it's high vibrational energy. Yeah, let's all chant. Let's pump our states. RC, right? Like let's see, RSD Max. I don't really know what he sounds like. Hi, I'm RSD Max, and I have no game. This is what you want to learn about how to be a natural, because I'm a complete sociopath, and I do social circle game in Odessa in Ukraine, and I smell bad. I'm RSD Max, and hey guys, Todd here. let's see, I'm Madison Moreau, and I'm a completely delusional fuck. And yeah, I'm the best dating coach in the world, even though there's no evidence to support such a thing. I'm the best in the world. You gotta understand that. I'm not sure how Julian Blanc talks. I don't remember. So I don't watch RSD that much. I don't really know anything about them. That's why I'm not so fucked up. So I don't listen to RSD bullshit. See who else is part RSD? I don't know what they sound like. I have to listen to a clip. RSD Sarah. Okay. Women makes bad dating coaches. A fish cannot teach a fisherman how to fish. That's my impression of her. I have no idea what she's like or what she sounds like. I was very surprised there's even a woman there, but you know, these days nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me. But yeah, anyways, I gotta get going. So anyways, I hope it was fun hanging around with you guys today. And I'm just winging this off the top of me head. So I'm just winging this off the top of me head. And see you next video. I'm just too lazy. That's why I'm on YouTube Live. Johnny Lee out. Okay, I'm going to do one more impression, okay? Of Johnny Elite. You motherfucker, learn how to do this thing properly or I'm going to kick you in the fucking face. What the fuck is wrong with you, you motherfucker? You fucking make this mistake again, I'm going to make you pinch yourself. Was that a good Johnny Elite impression? Do you like that? Oh, yeah, is that right? So you really think that by giving DHV stories and a long fucking DHV story, like an autistic fuck, that you're good at game? You should do it indirectly, you dumb fucking idiot. It's like Inception level. See, that sounds like Johnny Lee, right? So yeah. Let's see here. Another dating coach. No, that's all I got for today. That's all I got. And Anthony Fauci over here. That's all I got for you today. And yeah, that's all I got for today. So